No, I'm still in.
Oh, cool.
JK just got disconnected.
There we go.
No.
That
Let me reboot it. Just in case.
was such a delay.
No.
Hopefully there's no important information on that main page. I am streaming it. She'll be right. This is it. She'll be right.
Wait, what are you streaming, sorry?
This. What do you mean?
Yeah. But what's that got to do with anything? Sorry, I wasn't zoned out. What? You were zoned out. What the fuck, Beck?
You right there, Chip? You doing okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably.
Probably. Yeah, that doesn't fill me with much confidence, if I'm honest with you.
Look, it's just... my brain don't work. When has it ever, to be fair? Oh shit, I forgot I had unmuted Twitch. I hate hearing myself. I sound so stupid.
You do not. I promise.
I hate
you
it.
Do not.
Well, you're
I
going
hate
through your mic, which is likely upping the pitch, and then through
Yeah.
whatever sound system Quack has. So
And
safe to say that
also,
all of our voices are a bit distorted.
you sound different what you do in your head. Like,
Yeah.
even when you talk and you hear yourself, you sound different.
Yeah, because
That's
you're hearing
crazy.
differently.
Ah,
Yeah, because you're hearing it through, like, your skull and the bones and all that shit. You always sound deeper in your own head.
because you got reverberation.
Mhm. And I hate hearing myself talk. It sounds stupid and I hate it.
Same.
That's fine.
I've
'cause
just
I'm
gotten
gonna
used to it at this point.
I'm gonna sit here and eat my cheesecake.
I remember seeing a video of, like, a
Yeah, I
home
got a
video
quarter
of
of a
myself
cheesecake.
when I was, like, 12 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it really caught me off guard how much more British I sounded back then.
I hate listening to old recordings of myself.
Yep. I was in...
What a tool.
Honestly, I was in a primary school play. And I was one of the leads, so I had to sing, like, solos and stuff. And you look back on that tape, and it's just cringe fucking city. You're just like, ugh. How could I ever have done that?
Yeah. I remember doing a school play and being the fucking lead for some reason.
Ironically enough, I was playing Titania, Queen of the Fairies.
I was not.
Ah, they got you young.
They did, honestly, yeah.
I was playing a Wild West main character. I don't remember specifically. All I remembered is I did not like doing it.
I liked it at the time. I thought it was cool. Got a cool costume, but looking back, I'm like, damn, that's cringe.
I did not like it at the time.
I did. I mean, I auditioned for it, so...
Mine was a class thing. And I was like, yeah, I'd rather do anything else. Except
No.
no one else... I got myself self-volunteered in quotation marks by the teacher. Because none of the other... It was male main character. None of the boys wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And the teacher realized that I remembered the entire play. I had the entire thing memorized, what everyone was supposed to be doing it every time. She was like, so you know what the main character's supposed to be doing? I'm like, yeah. She's like, cool, that's you now. And I went, cool, I guess.
Yeah,
I had to do that performance in front of my parents, and a bunch of other parents, and a bunch of other teachers and other students.
Oh. So ours was a school-wide thing, but they held auditions. And then we did it
at
a...
too.
We did it at
This wasn't that. This was a lot more scuffed.
Ours was a school-wide auditions, and then we had it at the city's one of the city's like auditorium kind of things, like where they did plays, and they sold tickets, yes, to all of the parents at school and also the general public, whoever wanted to stop in and watch.
Yeah, we did the same.
Mm-hmm.
We did the same. Don't you worry.
That's just cringe.
I gotta stop using a pair of scissors as my fidget toy.
Yes, you're going to cut yourself. Have you already cut yourself?
No, not yet. But I do use it all the time.
Yeah, stop. Get something else. Get dice. Dice are great fidgets.
Dice are great fidgets. You are right.
They are. I know. Is everyone here? We good to go?
Apparently, I'm not in.
Yeah, I've been waiting
Maybe should I get in, bud?
Yeah, I zoned out and didn't realize that we were that it had gone away.
Well, zone in.
That was a little bit ago. Yes,
everyone's zoning in. I'm literally zoning in right now.
We're all in.
Lock the fuck in. Or I drive to your house and make you.
No, that's okay. He's getting into character because his character's just been through a major operation. He knows what that feels like.
It's true.
Yep, and their situations are identical.
Hone in. We got an assassination to pull off.
Okay, so start with the recap. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, you had just finished with the vote barely swinging in your favor to keep Mina Taliesin instated as the first minister. And you had some time to yourselves, time to relax, time to do some research if you need to, time for training, time to learn new things, take up on offers and stuff that people had offered, that had actually given you offers. So offers to learn magic, offers for new abilities. And so you all split off and did a bunch of different things, mostly separate. Annalisa took Mina Taliesin up on her offer for the operation to put in a part of a hourglass widow inside of yourself to gain some of the abilities and begin essentially the transformation into becoming the entirety of an hourglass widow. Whether or not you want to go further is different, but it's very much like you are one by definition now. And you spent the month doing that, along with getting some information about some possible consequences. You got some new abilities. Consequences involving some emotional baggage that might come with being an hourglass widow. Ainari, you went to the Hunter's Lodge. Try to see if there was messages to and from Marisha, why you hadn't heard anything from them. The closest city and Hunter's Lodge to where Marisha would be living, they hadn't really been contact from. So you left it some money. Hopefully the lodge would get something delivered up there. Find out some more information. Use transfer via plants through Astarion to go speak to Aurelius, who you found in the Rosewood Chateau inside of an empty room, sitting down, kind of just staring at an empty wall. And began asking them questions about yourself, about what Ainari is, about Kazeldrath, who they were, what's happened with them. You asked about, because you wanted to try and perform some magic to try and recover the missing, essentially burnt out knowledge from the collective conscience that you have access to. And you were warned quite strongly against doing so. And you ended up back and went and got introduced, thanks to Koteka, to General Artemius Dolka, the head of the I am totally mind blanking on what their fucking name is. Order of Dawn. Order of Dawn. Just had a moment. Header of the Order of Dawn. Who eventually taught you Dolka's defensive disc. Or Dolka's disc of Nu'a, as you've referred to it as. Astarion, who's currently missing for this session, took Ainari to see Aurelius, and then when they came back, spent the month learning the Lightning Haste spell from Ragnar Khan. Ilza had a very varied downtime. A lot of different activities. You found out that Verissimal is giving out the twice-deadly drug. The drug itself, not enough to knock someone out, but does completely remove a sense of self. Very much a drug with some fairly nasty side effects, but also very effective at what it does. And as far as an escape, it's about as strong as an escape as you can have. You spent some time making allies and getting information from a few different people. So you spoke to Yerith and Gwair, Kristen and Zara, asking about their situation, their plans. You visited the Company of Free Swords here in Castellor. You spent time with your best friend Ragnar Khan, who eventually made you a pool inside of his own estate for you to go and swim in. You spent some time doing odd jobs for Mina Taliesin, including some political espionage. Looked into Anna in the city, trying to find out what the Dragon's Head merchants were up to, what Anna was up to. Found out that she wasn't in the city, and made a very friendly new acquaintance. You also looked into the Fey magic related to Kuzeldroth. Asked some information from an old contact, Emira, who you haven't spoken to in a while. You made contact with the Queen, which you guys referred to it as FaceTiming, because it kind of is. And you tried to do some research into Colton, but you didn't find out much. Now, you're all gathered back together. Sans Astarion by Mina Taliesin. That made my heart stop. A notification, sorry. Thanks for the sub. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Dom. That's why
Sitting
everyone's
there
so quiet.
waiting on the enter key.
Oh, that's why everyone's so quiet. I was trying to work out why it was quiet. Oh, my volume got turned down. Oh, you're so loud now. Oh no. Yeah, Chelsea went, and I was like, quadruple the volume I had you at before.
No.
I remember heart jump more than the notification did.
Nobody could hear me that loud.
It's just anyone that loud. That was loud enough to be a bit painful. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's like sitting next to me in IRL D&D.
Oh, it's fine. Okay. Now, she's gathered you here inside of her estate. You have this is like the room that you've been in here before a few different times. It's where you've had like breakfasts, dinners, a lot of different meetings, stuff with Mina Taliesin. Just kind of like while you've been having food, just like going over like what's going on, what your plans are, if she's got jobs for you, if you've been doing stuff for her. As you are
I'm a great
sponsored.
employee.
Yeah. You've all been very useful so far.
Just wait, we'll ruin it somehow.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, you'll ruin it somehow, yeah. True.
I wouldn't ruin it. I have never thrown a problem in front of you before.
Don't worry, you've got problems, I have answers.
Okay, good.
Not
The answers
really.
come in the form of violence.
No,
Mm-hmm.
not always. Just most of
Believe
the
you.
time.
Ah, okay, fair enough then. Do you have the name of the new, very friendly contact that you
No.
made from the Dragon's Head's motions?
Oh, the elf lady that I'm fucking every day after 6 PM? Yeah, I don't know. She didn't get a name. She's nameless.
I swear you did. Did you
Nope.
not? Did you really not? Oh,
Nope.
fuck.
I don't know if Ilza would even remember it, to be honest. Hey,
That's-
you!
that's
What's
fucked.
happening?
That's so awkward.
I'm kidding. She'd probably know.
Oh, that's so
She is-
cursed.
She is manipulating the hell out of that woman as much as she's able. If she can get that elf woman to fall in love with her character, she will do that. Whatever gets her head in this. But no, she doesn't have a name.
Killin.
Huh?
Killeen. Probably more. But you can shorten it to Killin. Right of.
Oh, because we killing
Yeah.
people?
No, that's their name.
Killing by Dove.
Yes.
Dragon's
Killin
head
by the
Dove.
minute.
tattoo I'm porking. There we go. Take that one straight from.
Who I'm porking? Is that
Yeah.
you fucking...
This is in my notes, yeah.
Well, was the family name Mockingbird taken?
Shut up. It was, actually.
Who I'm porking.
You gotta say it like that.
I've been watching a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, okay?
Okay. I need to go back and finish that. I didn't finish it.
You really should, yeah.
Good.
Yes, alright.
I'm surprised that Ilza isn't just constantly ruining the mood by making like killing puns. In
She's
the middle
good
of
at
the
her
act.
job, okay? She's This is what you guys haven't seen from her yet, because you don't know anything. She's great at her job when she wants to be.
Yeah, porking people, apparently. She's
Yeah.
really good at it.
First, that member of parliament, the minister, and now this random elf lady who works for Anna.
It's like information gathering is my second best skill. What's your first best skill? Fellatio.
Yeah, honestly. But and also remember that Ilza is doing this as a man. She goes and visits this woman as a man.
You are right.
She's-
That is true.
she's
You are porking.
Multi-talented.
Yeah. Nice.
Straight porking. Yeah. Sorry, anyway. Multi-talented.
Sorry. It's just you as well saying this, Chelsea, is really put it like that is just throwing. This is like the Toyota Corolla shit all over again. Playing Vampire
I'm
the
sorry.
Masquerade. What are you driving? A Toyota fucking Corolla. It's my car of choice. Oh, sick.
Yeah.
You could drive
So
anything.
sorry.
You chose to drive a
Toyota
Toyota
Corolla, yeah.
fucking Corolla. Hell yeah.
That thing
That's-
will last almost as long as my character is alive.
Yeah. It's fine, don't worry. I don't call her Killin, it's Kiki for sure. Oh my god,
Okay.
Kiki!
I will put that in the notes.
I'm
Give me a second.
kidding!
No, she's Kiki now. That's
Okay.
canon.
Because I do think the
There's no
irony
way
of
you-
having
you would
this
100%
lady's
give her a
name
nickname,
called
but-
Killin? Really? Because it was a straight up tempted to just kill her. I'm gonna be killing you later.
You can't kill Ian the Zillion.
Yeah, there ain't no killing the killing. I'm sorry.
Mm.
It's in the name.
Oh,
She does the killing here, right?
So it's Kiki, and she's trying her best to make this bitch fall in love with her. As a man. I don't remember what name I gave myself. I gave myself a name, probably. I don't have it written down.
It's
You should probably do that.
I do have...
Because you will have to roleplay it.
Don't worry.
let's
I
Google.
do?
Let's Google the scientific name for
Yeah,
catfish.
you will.
Don't worry, I do have actually a separate Google Docs of just random cover identities that I have created. I don't have one that's an elf man. I have an elf woman. Damn, I don't have an elf man one. Don't worry about it. I'll come up with it.
You'll come up with it? Okay.
Fantasy name generator. I'll come up with it. I'm an elf, right? Okay. Fantasy name. Where's
Okay.
elf names?
Back to current session.
Imagine...
Male.
Back to current session.
Eldrin, there you go. Yeah, I'll put it in my
Spell
notes.
that?
Eldrin. Fake man elf name while talking is Eldrin. There you go.
Okay.
Imagine Ilza just goes to like a library and has rents out a book of just elven names.
Oh no. Definitely not.
It's previous people she's already, dealt with.
Yes.
Hmm?
No.
No one's missing this name.
I have a lot of identities that I've created over the years. Definitely killed a few people and assumed their identities, but we don't talk about that. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Oh, I can't talk about it because I don't know about it.
I know. Ha 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 ha.
That's...
Idiots.
Shut up.
I'm so sorry. I'm in such a mood. I'm gonna stop. I'm muting myself.
You need to mute yourself. You're having fun. It's good. Now, you're here with me, Natalison. You're having a pretty good meal. It's a pretty staple thing here. Like, it's not so much a multi-course thing, but more lots of different dishes presented upon the this large table, and you kind of like...
It's a buffet breakfast.
Sure, it's a buffet breakfast, sure. Mina Taliesin has called you here and just informed you that she's going to have three of you deal with Korah.
Oh, so you're picking up what I was putting down. Amazing.
Yes, of course I was. This was always the plan.
Yep. Well, we did make a deal with her sister that one of you had to die, so...
Yes, that's would be nice to not make the person responsible for quite a lot of destruction upset with us.
Yeah, look, I wasn't going to enjoy having to try and kill you because I feel like I would have just ended up dead. No, thank you.
You could have... Doesn't matter. So, she's going to be being moved from where she's currently placed. There is a... It's been a bit of decision making in amongst the people in the parliament, and the votes came to we're going to send her back to the Bjork Empire.
Right,
No.
so we intercept.
Correct. I, of course, was initially against it, and then decided that maybe this would be a perfect opportunity for you all to deal with the last big loose end of well, your adventures here so far.
Right. And how do we stop her from coming back again?
Well, from what I understand, last time, the body went missing, correct?
I don't know, it wasn't there.
Just looking at the other two.
Well, it was... To be fair, it was dropped from a flying gargantuan dragon, so... A lot was happening that night.
Well, make sure there's not a lot happening this night other than making sure she's dead, and stays dead.
Great plan.
Would be harder to resurrect ashes.
That does make it significantly harder, yes. Making sure no one has any pieces of her available.
Couldn't she just have handed pieces out beforehand?
Well, yes, but those resurrections are simply going to fail and consume the materials if she's still alive. They need to know that she's dead, and there's a time limit on those spells. So...
Hopefully, because eventually word will get out, it will be...
Also keep in mind, most people are incredibly hesitant, to say the least, to actually attempt a resurrection. There's very few people that have the skills, the know-how, or are willing to risk, screwing with death.
Hey, Nari just kind of looks down at their food.
I'm not talking about the people that are brought back. I'm talking about the people that do the bringing back. Which is why Astarion's not here.
Oh.
I have Astarion doing something different to make sure that they don't suffer some nasty repercussions, shall we say.
Fair enough.
You're aware of the presence of... well, at least they call themselves angels, yes?
Yep, and Ari looking at Annalisa. Who was followed by an angel of death for quite some time.
We also battled the Angel of Imperius on the back of a fucking dragon.
Mm-hmm.
A fucking dragon, damn.
Yep. It was a very tumultuous flight, let me tell you.
We can't hear you from if you're talking.
Yeah, lots of turbulence.
The mic is just going light up, light down, light up, light down.
I did say, like, yeah, there was the Angel of Death, if you can count that as an angel.
You definitely do. Well, there's a few different ones. I'm aware of the Angel of Imperius, because I was there. I'm also aware that there are angels for other things. Oh, right, you weren't there.
I've been here for like 2 weeks.
Do you know of Imperius?
Yes. Maybe, look, I'm not so into religion.
Roll religion for me.
Okay. I'm not proficient, so I don't get.
No reliable talent.
No, well, that's just a straight 15. Wait, no.
What?
Do I add stuff to it? Oh, 4.
You add
19, actually. It's been a while, okay.
You had religion.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I was just reading the dice. Okay. 19 altogether.
Imperius is an Oxerif. Used to be one of the angels directly under Malagant. Like established enough that like people part of the faith and stuff would actually be aware of the name.
Okay.
So 19 gives you enough to know about that. They're very zealots is putting it lightly.
Nice.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, for sure know about Imperius. Yep.
No. If you want to get away with bringing the dead back, generally that requires pieces of a being of that kind of power if you want to bypass the risk.
Is that why you guys wanted to use Alessi's necklace in the ritual?
Wait, you were going to use Alessa's necklace? What the fuck?
I mean, it came up, yeah.
I wasn't there for that.
But I didn't know what it meant.
But I believe that not powerful enough. It would have assisted in the ritual. It would not have been.
Yeah,
What I'm talking about, you would have to kill and take the bones of an angel.
Damn. Maybe I should.
So, either way, you're going to at least make an angel very unhappy.
I would be too if someone stole my bones.
But it doesn't come with the.
Imagine if they weren't angry, they were just slightly annoyed, like, ah, damn, I was using that.
Jelly arm.
Ah, shit, they took my femur again.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
again, obviously there are people that are members of that church that are capable of bringing back Korah, but they would need to know that she's gone, and they would need something to be able to bring her back with. And they need to they need to know with absolute certainty that she is dead, because if they have something on their like that they have kept to actually use as a resurrection medium, well, yeah, it'll get consumed if they fail. And she's still alive. Or something blocks it, so obviously risk to it. And the most powerful resurrection magic, I'm not sure of anyone that knows magic that powerful. Well, that's not true. I know of one, at least, who used to exist.
Who?
Long dead. It's not really relevant.
You never know. With the shit that's been happening, it might come up.
I highly doubt that.
Well, I mean, then it won't hurt to tell us.
Look, I'm technically not meant to be telling you that they used to exist.
I can't count on both my hands the stuff that I'm technically not supposed to know.
It goes beyond technically if I tell you. This is more. This is a lot more than I'm sworn to secrecy. If you're worried about them being brought back by the same magic, I believe there is a limit.
I'm sure there are limits.
Well, they lived to quite an old age and passed away of really natural causes. And that would
Wow.
have been centuries ago.
What a boring way to go.
I guess that's one way of looking at it. Sure.
If I want to go, I'm going to go out with a fiery explosion. Almost have, like 3 times. It's been close.
Speaking of, you should all finish up your food and head on your way.
True, I need more sugar.
There
long
is
are we supposed to be
so
gone?
much sugar there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Ilza puts in special requests to the chef and pays them under the table if she has to.
It's more like everything's set up for like it's kind of like you reach out as a kind of like a buffet thing on the table, reach out and grab what you want. Mina at the head of the table is using like a mage hand to actually bring a lot of food that well out of reach to herself, whereas the rest of you can just reach it. You're sitting along the sides of this long table.
Yeah.
In front of
unbeknownst to
Ilza is
themselves,
just,
it was just
it's like maple syrup, pancakes, different fruits. It's like there's meringue. There's just all kinds of sweets and
It's like
things with just sugar.
unpredictable or something.
Mm.
There's a healthy mix, kind of like near the rest of you. But if you want any of the sweet stuff, you have to go somewhere near Ilza.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Ilza
Hey,
does eat
Nari,
a lot of fruit. That's
You know, he's just subconsciously reaching for nothing but meat.
Yeah, there.
They don't understand why.
He probably actually has a fair bit of meat in front of them. Actually, yeah, it'd probably be Annalisa that has the much more balanced, like meal in front of them.
Diet.
Yeah, Annalisa's got.
Green beans for breakfast? What the
Yep.
fuck?
Is that what Annalisa would be having for breakfast?
Like,
Honestly,
oh, it's better than army rations.
It's just gruel.
actually,
Yeah, she's actually army rationing. Damn, that would be
no.
rough.
I'm thinking like, what was I craving after surgery?
Ooh, true.
I think
Actually,
I'm pretty sure after. Well, at the very least,
None of
like,
the three of you have a balanced diet right now. You've got a craving.
Okay, I do remember. After every single time I went through chemo and like threw up, the next day I'm like, I need salt. I need tons of salt right now. I need like kettle salted chips. So I think she'd be looking for like. I think she honestly she sees like salted meats and stuff like that. She'll go for that.
Salt meats. There'd be potato with salt on it. Like that.
Yeah,
Definitely do potatoes and stuff as well.
You just have like an extra large salt shaker.
No, like
In
the
your section.
Annalise is like it's the kind of thing where it's like, could you pass the salt? And she's just shaking for like a minute.
Oh yes.
Unscrew the top, just pour it a bit there like it's sauce.
Anyway, so
She's got pancakes, maple syrup, she's salting it.
savory pancakes. Never seen.
No,
Right,
it
so
makes
like,
sense. Weird.
how far out of the city are we doing this? Like, how long are we gonna have to travel?
Well, that's up to you. I wouldn't recommend doing it in the city, for multiple reasons. One of them being, obviously, breaking a bunch of laws and rules.
Yeah, we've paid a lot of money.
Well, yeah, there's that. You might have to end up fighting against the guards. Again. The other thing is that if you're outside the city, it's much easier to hide what happened to her.
True. How far away do you think? Should it just be like an hour out of the city? 2 days out of the city?
That's up to you.
What is her escort like?
Well,
I'm assuming she's not just being kicked out on her own.
I have somebody who's quite loyal to myself, is the coachman.
Okay. Are we okay to kill everyone else?
Well, the coachman has a magical device on them that is going to confuse and then allow them to look. Essentially, they activate it. All the other guards' things are going to be completely rendered useless. And once they come back to it,
She'll be dead.
well, she'll be dead or missing.
Yeah.
I think more of a... It's a bit more complicated than that. Ideally, what we're having happen here is they're going to activate that, and then we're going to do a swap. She's in a quite secure carriage, and we're going to swap that carriage with a different one that also has a criminal in it. The guards escorting are obviously supposed to be, at least, completely unaware of who they're escorting.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this would definitely go without a hitch.
Yeah, they're sending it to be headed over. I'm aware that there's probably going to be complications, but...
Do we have any, like, poison that'll put people to sleep?
To sleep?
Yeah.
Yes. Why?
Because we could definitely, if we do it over a day away and they stop, we could definitely just sneak in and poison their rations, and they all fall asleep. I don't know. Look, I'm getting creative.
Do you have an issue with the magical device plan?
Yep. Trusting it. And not having a backup. You should always have a backup.
The backup
Shit
is
goes
you kill
wrong.
everybody involved.
Yeah, we definitely could do that.
I thought that was a fair enough backup. If we lose some guards and things to deal with this, then it's unfortunate, but that's just how it has to be.
Yeah. I guess. But then we have to fight a bunch of gods and Korah. And Korah already sent me to hell once. I don't really want to relive that.
I don't think you'll be fighting her. She doesn't have access to, magic.
Okay.
If she had made a deal with the devil and that deal is broken,
Well,
she is vulnerable.
I just don't think it's gonna be that easy somehow. With you guys, everything always fucking gets real fucked up real quick.
Look, it is complicated, and if you think if you want to do poison as a backup, then we can do that. Is a poison referred to as torpor?
I have some of that.
Why did you ask if we...
Because I only have a dose of it.
Oh, you need more. Right.
Also, this stuff is not that strong. It's okay, but it's not that strong.
If you were putting it in rations, you'd probably find it a lot more useful.
Yeah, probably. But if we could get more of that...
When it comes to poison, and I'm sure you should be aware of this, at least for the benefit of the other two, something that has to be imbibed is going to be much more effective than something that gets attached to a blade or can be airborne.
Yeah, look, I don't use that much poison.
You have
It's not
mostly
like
seen me use bow and sword, but I am also a trained herbalist.
Better than me.
Well, if you want this to be more effective, put it in food. Make people eat it. Make people drink
I
it.
can do that. That's what I'm good at.
Now, one dose probably isn't enough. You probably will need more.
Yeah.
Do you know how much it's worth?
No idea. I got this just from someone else.
Probably
cough.
not that much. She gestures a hand out, like, towards you, and just, please hand it to me.
Here you go. Chuck it to her.
So she, like, reaches out, like, mage hand catches it, and just, you could have just... I could have just grabbed it.
Where's the
Anyway,
phone in that?
brings it back up towards herself. Just like it kind of like looks around for a moment. Gestures towards one of the staff, comes over, whispers to them. They go for like probably like 15 seconds and come back with like a probably half your palm-sized ruby.
Damn.
Places it on the table, places the vial next to it. Pulls out a hand mirror and places it in between the two of them. Chats for a moment, and he watches the ruby itself kind of like dissolves into the table, splits into a few different groups, and then reforms. It's probably about 10 other vials of torpor.
Nice.
All right. That
Einari
should be
kind of
enough
look a little
for...
disheartened at the disappearance of the ruby.
I really should learn magic.
I can always try teaching.
is-
Good luck with that.
Ragnar as well.
Yeah. Oh my god, if I'm going to be gone for days, you're going to have to keep Ragnar company.
She just like stares at you blankly.
You'll get lonely.
Then you'll have to be quick, won't you?
He has a great pool in his house. I recommend.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
He told me about it.
Yeah. We should have a pool party. Man. People getting drunk by the pool? Great idea.
Please keep your focus on the task at hand. Is this all you need?
Maybe. I don't know. Hey, why am I the one coming up with ideas?
I'm just fun to
This
shoot her in
is
the face, really.
I know the idiot in this group. Come on, guys.
We keep.
Look,
Einari
she
just look at each other
needs
like, we keep
to
waiting.
truly
We keep...
disappear. However you do that is entirely up to you.
We could kill her, burn her body, and then scatter the ashes through different planes of existence.
You could do that, yes.
I don't have access to any other planes of existence. Does anyone else?
If you really wanted to do that, there are places you could go.
Because we need to scatter each a little section everywhere, just in case they need all of it.
They do not need all of it.
Yeah, no. We just scatter it in
So
dangerous
it would-
places.
Yes, it would be best to just put it somewhere dangerous.
Guys, where's dangerous?
Or simply spread it out so thinly that it would never be identified as her ash.
Put it in water and it'll dissolve. Or, you know,
We
sink.
are about.
What do fishes
We are a
want to
few
eat it?
days. We are a few days ride from the ocean.
Just sprinkle it in Ragnar's pool. Saying that out of character.
You really have nowhere to put it, you can bring it to me. I can dispose of it.
Yeah, could do that.
But again, that removes one of my the steps away from the incident.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
we
figure it
want to be
out.
least involved as possible.
Is there anywhere nearby that we could do that you can think of that we could shove this?
Okay.
You want somewhere nearby that's dangerous?
Yep. Don't know the area super well, so.
Where are we?
Not.
Tharus North.
Look. Yes, but getting there is also dangerous.
Really? What kind of place is it?
It's a demi-plane.
Oh?
You have to go pretty far out to sea.
Oh. Plane of water?
Yes.
Damn. I'm surprised I knew that.
There's
Ocean, water.
There is another way to access it, but that requires contacting ritualistically.
Alondo.
Of water?
Oh, you're familiar.
We are of Valika. The Valikans consider the elementals part of the pantheon.
Whoa. Metal.
Yes, you could access it using connections to Orlando.
Anyone got any connections to Orlando?
From the stories that we know, Alondo is very much not fond of entertaining mortals. The only one they ever had any affection for was Kentagarn.
A what?
Kentagarn.
Do you know who that is?
Oh, what?
It's-
It is that.
Literally the most famous story out of Valika.
Yeah, look, I don't think I've ever been to Valico. What?
Kentagarn and his 6 companions were the ones that initially put Gomadrog to sleep.
I actually have the full book
Uh-huh,
now,
okay,
so I'm going to
cool.
give that to you.
According to Valikan folktales, anyway.
Right, can never
The six
be.
the 6 clans are all named after his companions.
Look, Australians don't play well with other people, so like, never been.
To be fair, it's not exactly the most hospitable place to visit.
Yeah, kind of seems pretty frosty.
Even more so than usual, apparently. I know I'm not really in a place to ask favors, Minister Taliesin, but apparently information around the Skuggiskoger forest is difficult to come by. There's a blizzard that has been raging for an unusually long time.
The Skooky Skulker?
The
It
spooky
sounds like
skulker,
Spooky
thank you
skulker.
very much.
It sounds like
Skuggiskoger.
something that the Mystery Incorporated team would like.
We need Mystery Inc. here.
Yeah,
Did you say a blizzard?
Scooby Doo and the Scooby Skulker?
Skuggiskoger. It is
Skooky Skulker, yes. This is Ilza.
It's literally the Shadow Tree Forest.
Shh, this is Ilza. Not Chelsea. Yeah, right, the Skooky Skulker. Did you say a blizzard? Like a snowstorm kind of thing?
Apparently. And
Why?
very out of season for it. It does happen, of course, but
Well, that's crazy. And you want information about it?
that forest is where I grew up.
Oh,
My home is there.
right, yes.
As well as my mentor and pretty much all the people that I know. Apart from Annalisa and Ostarion.
I mean, right, yeah. They're all the people, you know.
If we do want a place to dump things, if we could find another way back into that the Purple Rift, I don't think a lot of people would want to be or even really know about that place.
You guys have
Would
a
you still know
weird
how to
fucking
find them?
history.
A lot has
Oh.
happened in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
I since my change in abilities, I don't know how well I will be at detecting this, but I could give it a crack.
Okay, that is another option.
Also, Quack, I did just want to ask, the only change in appearance since surgery was the eyes?
Yes. That is currently the case. Yes.
Right, cool.
Oh, right. But, yeah, as I was asking, Minister Towson, your ability to gather information is likely much better than the Hunter's Lodges itself.
Not hard.
You would be surprised we get around. But
From what I hear.
would I be so bold as to ask you for...
What do you want to know about the blizzard?
if it is unnatural, and if so, what is causing it?
It's
Could
not
it be
natural.
that Olondo person?
Olondo? No, I doubt it.
He mostly deals with seas and bodies of water.
Right. Is there
This
like
is-
some wizard or something that lives in Relico?
One of those key elementals does deal with air and storms.
Damn, how many are there?
4.
Makes sense.
Ilhara, she refers to. Mistress of air and shadow.
You're so shadow.
But yes, that's
I mean, look, I'm just saying, shadows seem to be popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
Remember that dragon with all the shadowy shit? Mighty coincidence. Just saying.
From what little we understand, the elementals hate their father Gomadrog. They would not risk things that would possibly wake him.
well,
Maybe
to an extent, I agree.
Who knows? Well, I'm sure Mina can go get some information, do some magic stuff.
As I was saying,
Hmm.
it is not natural, no. I'm already aware of the blizzard. I was not aware of your investment in the location. So again, what do you want to know?
Do we know what is causing it, and if it is possible to survive in that kind of environment?
Oh, survival, yes. No problem. The specific cause? I would probably have to be there in person. It's magical in nature, but that doesn't narrow it completely down. I have a colleague who has interest in the area. So,
Who is this colleague?
again, that's all I can tell you.
Edric, are we gonna have to go to this weird forest?
Once we are done with Korah, I would like to go. You need not follow.
Good people are walking into danger.
These people, they aren't just. It's not just the Hunter's Lodge. These people, they raised me when I was abandoned. My family is there, and I want to know what's going on.
Well, I will not be able to follow. My assistance will be limited to funds. Maybe send you with an escort of some kind. I could do some knowledge. I haven't heard from my colleague in some time now.
That we have in common.
Wait, isn't Astarion from the Valika?
Somewhat, yeah.
I'm saying the same character, I'm sorry.
It is.
Yeah, he told
difficult.
me. I don't know where he was from originally, but
Because he does that tree thing, right?
Huh?
The walking through trees.
That is the high-level druid thing. Not all druids are from Valika.
No, but Astarion is.
Starion claims to be, yes.
So if he is, and he knows a tree, couldn't he just walk us through a tree? At least closer than we are.
That
Maybe you
would
should
definitely
ask
be
Astarion.
faster.
Well, when he gets back.
Which will be probably a bit before you've finished with your current task.
Right. Need to focus. Okay. What route is the carriage being taken in?
Pulls out a map and shows you the route that it's taking as it heads towards as it heads west. Southwest. It's not heading straight towards things, because otherwise if it heads straight over there you end up going through the Velikan clans. The next major stop it has is Melkovia.
Oh, so it's that road on like the main map?
It is
thing?
following that main road, yes.
Okay. Right.
Main road.
Yeah. I mean,
Lots.
the carriage
lovely.
driver. Can we meet the carriage driver?
Do you remember how I said you should set off as soon as possible?
Oh, they're already gone?
They are currently preparing to leave.
Yeah. Okay. It's fine, don't worry about it. Because, guys, we now have all this torpor. If I can sneak in and, poison their supplies.
There is also, let us not forget, the issue of our pursuers.
The what?
You remember the glowy skeleton-looking fuckers that were there when we first met?
Vaguely.
I mean, we are
Yeah.
hoping that our new source of anti-divination would help against that.
Perhaps, but that doesn't mean they can't still track us by traditional means.
They don't seem
In this city for a while.
They don't seem the type to.
Possibly
They
not,
are
but
like-
are
they
we
are like-
really going to risk it?
No, of course not. But I'm just sort of like, there is such a thing as too much preparation.
I'm more so just thinking that if we do end up running into them, you two need to be more maneuverable. You're not out
The
running them on
last thing you
foot.
said?
maneuverable. You two are not outrunning them on foot.
I'm quick.
Yes. Against someone else on foot. Against someone on a horse that can fly? Not so much.
I can get very fast, but I do see your points. Having I look, I only see upsides from this, so I don't see why not.
Are you wanting to get mounts?
Or some other means of speeding yourselves up. We can take care of ourselves. Astarion has... Well, he's not joining us, but he is able to take forms that can outrun them. You two, however...
I have spells that increase movement speed, but they do require me to concentrate. And if that gets broken, I'm not looking too good.
So perhaps something a little more... I don't want to say reliable. That sounds too mean.
Look, if you're talking about mounts, it is as reliable as any spell. They can hit me, and I might lose concentration, or they can hit the horse, and the horse loses concentration of being alive.
Yeah, and also mounts.
Like, it is.
Wild.
Either way, like I'm fine. I know how to ride, so it is not a big deal for me.
Look, it's more so that they just need to keep you at a distance so that when they explode, you're not in range.
Yeah, I don't like I said. I am not against this whatsoever. I
do understand. I do understand that traditional mounts often become a money sink. We understand this.
I do not think that money is a problem. To be honest.
Hello? They're unpredictable.
Wait a minute. That the boy Katoka.
Ugh,
He had that spell he had to summon mounts that were tailored to each of you.
Yeah, I quite liked mine. Mine looked really cool.
But perhaps we should speak to him before we go.
Yeah, that might be ideal. But again, we would probably want to be quick about it. We don't want to keep the driver waiting.
Between you and I, we can track a cart that isn't trying to be hidden.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Quick question also, Quack.
Yes.
Regeneration, does that work out of combat?
Yes.
Oh, so I'm at full HP. I would assume by now.
That would be correct. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Just checking.
Right. Well, I mean, if you guys want to talk to Godoko, we're gonna have to leave like now, and that's even if like there's no time limit on the mounts, and then if he has to concentrate on the mounts.
Also, could we do like a quick like three group huddle, like without Mina? Sorry, Mina.
Oh, without Mina? I mean, best friend Mina, you want to exclude her, Annalisa? That's kind of weird.
It is. Think of this as planning like a surprise gift for a friend. You don't want to spoil the surprise.
I'm great at surprises, trust me.
I'm finished with my food, so you need privacy. By all means, just you know how to contact me.
Bye, Mina. See you soon.
Gives you a nod, leaves the room.
Hell yeah, I got a nod.
Okay, so when are we planning to? I don't know if we've actually said this in character or not.
When are we assassinating Mina?
True.
When are we planning to
Our
inform
private
Mina
chat has a...
that we want her to basically rule all of Astoya?
We what now?
Oh, yeah, you're not. up to date on this.
You guys do realize that you haven't like told me or kept me up to date on anything. I mean, we just had a month. I mean, you've been unconscious, sure. No one's
To
even
be fair,
attempted.
a lot has happened. There hasn't been a lot of time to be like,
This is-
all right, let's catch you up on the
Honey,
lore.
this is all in character.
I mean,
Yeah. No.
We did-
Like, I don't even 100% be like, oh, I forgot that we haven't, like, brought you up
Yeah.
to complete speed.
I mean,
Yeah, look, I have been questioning why I'm still here. We've just had like a month of doing our own stuff. No one even tried to tell me what's going on. I can leave.
This is and she's kind of like looking to an IFL. Is that Ravencont? Ravencont? That's what it's called?
look, we like pointing like to themselves. We did want to speak to you over this past time, but we couldn't really find you. Mina just said that you were doing jobs for her.
I had so much free time. I was not busy during this month,
I was also.
except for like a few days.
We were also training, but okay.
That's bullshit.
I'm very easy to find.
That's also bullshit.
Don't worry about it. All you have to do is ask Ragnar, and Ragnar knows where I am. He is my best friend.
In his pool, apparently.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, it is so cool, and I love swimming.
Okay.
Annalise is just considering, like, will I short circuit if I swim?
Okay. Okay. So, long story short, you know Aurelius, the vampire dragon that we are acquainted with.
I saw them once from a distance, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard the name
Never met them.
Catalina Volpescu? Catalina Volpescu. I'm not sure how that's pronounced.
I mean, I am a Stoyan, so yeah, vaguely.
Make a history check for me.
It's like I rolled a 13. What's my plus to history? 17.
17.
Yeah.
Member of the Crimson Court.
Yeah.
You're aware of at least like some of the names.
Yep. Yeah, vaguely.
Notorious
Right.
party haver.
Of course.
The three of those two and Mina Taliesin have been working behind the scenes to undermine the Crimson Court.
Right, the weird vampires. Yeah, go on.
Yes, which are currently trying to provoke an all-out war with the Burak Empire, which they believe they can win due to a new weapon.
Okay.
This war must be prevented at all costs.
They the substance that was in the canisters in around Parliament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like, some of that's like a drug. Did you know that's being like sold around the city by your sister? Pointing at Annalise, obviously.
Yeah,
It's
I was like, whose sister?
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
Whose sister?
that-
By your sister, who's like selling it as a drug that like robs people of their will through a zombie. Look, I've been busy. Okay, actually, vaguely.
I did know about
Hmm.
that one specifically, but honestly,
Yeah,
it
I'm.
surprised me.
Yeah,
Well.
she's got some.
She was handling things for the Crimson Court. That does make sense. But yeah, as a drug, that's interesting. But anyway, in its original form, it kills anything living, but hypes up the undead.
Oh, apparently, if it's like really diluted and shit, it like robs people of like their personality and stuff. It's kind of crazy.
I'd
Yeah.
imagine what she would be using that for, or what the Crimson Court would want to use it for.
A workforce, perhaps.
Or like, remember how
boss,
all
army.
those people voted? What a way to get them to vote for you.
That is true as well. That could have been behind some of the mind control that we weren't
Yeah.
able to deal with.
I mean, if
Possible.
you have to go around magic, why not use a drug? Which isn't technically magic, I guess. Kind of magic-y.
Well, it seems like inevitably we'll have to be dealing with my sister and preventing her plans. That does not give me any sort of satisfaction whatsoever.
Family reunion.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've been keeping tabs on her. She's not in the city.
Is that in character?
Yep.
She's not in the city? Do you know where she...
Apparently not. Do I know where she's? No. She technically isn't scheduled to be back in the city for like a few months, apparently. If this information is to be trusted. But, you know, probably not.
In which case she is likely
my
going
luck-
back south.
With my luck, I'll end up running into her somehow.
Anyway, back to the original point.
Mm-hmm.
Taliesin, Volpesk, and Aurelius. The ultimate goal is to unite Ostoia under a single leader. However, they could not decide among themselves up until recently who that was going to be.
Right.
And at
Okay.
the moment, Volpesk doesn't want to deal with the paperwork of being a leader. Aurelius is currently depressed out of his mind because the elven-looking woman that we thought we knew but turned out to be a grey slime.
Oh, the grey goo. She was hot at one point, and then she turned into goo. Yeah.
Yeah, she was the vampire dragon's lover.
Bummer.
So, yes, he is currently in a draconic depression, which, let me tell you, is not fun to look at. Which
Yeah.
leaves Taliesin as the only viable option.
Right, yeah, good luck with that. You know, Astorians don't really get along with anyone, let alone each other. You think you're gonna, like, unite the two halves that have been, like, hating each other for centuries? Without war?
They won't.
It is not about
It's not about avoiding bloodshed between Ostoians, it's more about making sure that the bloodshed is as quick and as limited as it can be. The average Ostoian will bow to the strongest power. They don't have much of a choice.
When it comes to like uniting and dealing with the people that like powerful people that aren't for that, my assumption is that they will be dealt with.
Right, so you're gonna deal with, like, a whole half of the country?
We don't have to deal with the whole half of a country because not everyone who's going to be upset with this is going to actually take action.
Only those who support the vampires from the
Besides,
Crimson Court will.
We do have some people south who do, for example, like.
Ilza, can you make a healing check, please?
I will. Another 15, so that's another 19.
It's fairly common knowledge that the hatred that the two halves of Ostoia have for each other is solely based, like, it's the northern half hate the undead, and a very large portion of the southern half just don't have a choice. They also hate the undead, they just won't say it. It is just it's an open secret. It's probably the easiest way to put it.
I wouldn't like them either.
So when it comes to uniting the two halves, you would have to deal with the undead. As soon as that's done, though, most Ostoians would want it to be a united country. That's quite a commonly held thing. Ostoians take great pride in being Ostoian, not specifically Sermon and Raven. General rule of thumb, just history for the places.
Which I know
general.
because I am Astorian.
Yes.
Mhm.
That's why I had you.
Are you?
Had you
Yeah.
roll up.
For
That's
sure.
why we This is why we had you roll the check.
Yep.
Don't worry about it.
Mm.
Yeah, right. Anyway, so... and you think Mina doesn't know this?
She might not. We haven't approached her with, like...
You really think that powerful people would do this without her knowing? Really?
Can you stop being condescending?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Like, why don't you just ask?
She probably knows, but we don't have to. Like, it was entrusted. Well, maybe not fully entrusted to us, but we were told that we needed to basically via our support for one of these individuals.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, we have been helping out Mina, but we haven't fully said outright. By the way, we want this to happen. That has not come up as far as I am aware. I don't like to assume that people just know things because that people just know things because they are powerful.
Okay,
and
so
have connections.
quick question. Why did she sponsor you as soon as you got to the city? When you'd never met her? Us, technically, I guess.
She was made aware, I think, that she knew we were coming. But
Aurelius and ahead. They do know each other, but of course they have a common goal. That does not mean they all want to go about it the same way.
I can just go ahead and assume that she knows that's what we're doing, but I'd rather just have a conversation. I apologize, but just a conversation about it would make me feel a little bit more comfortable knowing myself that she knows. She might already know, and she probably already does, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Honestly, the whole thing of entrusting other people to decide who runs your country, we find very strange.
And you've been dealing with this for months. I've 20 minutes. Right, so I really stepped in it.
Well,
to be fair, you more got thrown up into it.
Yeah, not something I'll ever forget, probably.
Yeah, I do not envy your position being basically dropped on our doorstep and having to deal with all of our shit.
Yeah. Here I was, a performer. Now, international super spy.
You seem to relish a little bit of it, though.
Look, isn't it all just a very large performance?
I think we read somewhere, what was it, all the world's a stage?
Exactly.
This is too philosophical for me. We have a job to do.
Yeah, we should probably, set out, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's go.
This is our music as we go out of Mina's mansion and it explodes behind us.
As you finish your discussion,
Mm-hmm.
Mina walks back in. So you're done?
Oh, hey, Mina! Definitely weren't talking about you. Don't worry about it.
I know where you were. Are you done?
Probably. We should probably go.
Yeah,
late.
ready to leave. Yeah.
Do you need me for anything else, or are you happy with what the plan is?
We just need you to be our friend. Just be
We'll
you,
see.
Mina.
We just need you to basically be here when we...
I can do both
I
of
mean,
these.
can you? Which you are you, really?
I'm me.
But which me?
More me than the one you've met before.
No offense, but she was a lot nicer.
But less you than a future version of you?
She's talking about the weird mirror duplicate that we met.
Yeah, I know about that.
I'm saying it's Vandalizer.
Yeah, was I there for that?
Yes.
What do you think happened when she stepped into the mirror and a different version of her stepped out that didn't know anything and was just a little bit meaner?
I thought it was like
A little bit meaner. It's very meaner. What do you mean?
Wordplay.
I thought that was like a alternate sort of like maybe like a pocket dimension where time.
They literally had like 2 separate personalities nearly.
I don't tend to do time magic. It's complicated, messy.
I haven't experienced any consequences of messing with time recently.
Recently? She's going to, very quickly, she's going to point at the armbands that are currently on everyone else and not on yourself.
I'm kidding.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
My bad.
And that's why you should be our friend. We've got a great sense of humor, all of us.
Look.
Yeah, real comedian over here.
For sure. Hilarious.
Look.
I think
What you are
Annalise has a
looking
German
for.
sense of humor.
Annalise is going to tell a joke. Give me a second.
Oh god.
Here we go.
It's not the worst you've heard.
We should just say knock knock joke.
Oh god.
Mia's just kind of like looking at it like... Right. Well, probably stick to adventuring.
It is what I do best. I'm not known for my sense of humor. I'm okay with this.
You're not bad,
Right.
it's fine.
It's not the worst I've heard.
What she lacks in comedic talent, she makes up in loyalty and amazing friendship.
Anyway.
And really big fucking guns.
True.
And Annalisa just looks at you, Ilza, when you say that, and she just looks at you generally be like, thank you. That was very nice.
I can be nice.
I don't doubt that. You were very nice to Ragnar.
I am very nice. I've been nice
I think
to
we're
all of
getting
you.
a little bit distracted here.
Yes, it was the president, I agree. Yeah.
Look. The other me that you met is me, but not me.
Do you ever talk to you? Do you like talk with
That's
yourself?
not how the magic works.
You can't be in the same place at the same time. Would it cause like an explosion? A black hole
We
or something?
can't, for better words to use, I'll simplify it. We can't exist at the same time. I know what she knows, just not as well. She knows what I know, just not as well.
So when we come back, are we going to meet you or you two?
She was out for a specific reason. She's not usually something I use.
Fair.
Partly she comes out if I'm in danger, or I need a scapegoat, or I'm going somewhere particularly dangerous where I might get trapped.
Right. What happens if she dies? Do you just make another one?
I would be rather pissed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if making another one will work.
Hey, fair. Sorry, we get we, I say. I get distracted so easily.
She's different to me because she's my reflection, not me myself.
Well, yeah.
I only have one reflection.
It
That's
is.
true.
We can sympathize with looking at your own face and seeing both someone familiar and a stranger.
I don't think it's quite as complicated as whatever the hell happened to the two of you. The magic's probably incredibly complicated. The magic is, I don't need to say probably, it's mine. The magic is incredibly complicated. The mental gymnastics, not so much. Now, that's all you have from me?
Yeah, we've got to go ask her to for like mounts or something.
You can just hire them. We have horses, as well as other mounted creatures that you could use. You could hire your own carriage.
Well, we need something that's like...
I was under the impression that you had some way to transport quicker, and that's why you hadn't asked me for anything.
I have my feet.
And you can outrun a horse? Over a long distance?
Probably not.
That's what I keep saying.
How fast is a horse?
It's
me just
more
look
to
this
do
up
with
now,
exhaustion. Do I have a horse stat block? I wonder.
60 feet. So no, technically I can't outrun a horse, just. I mean quite a bit. Because I can run
40.
90 feet in a turn, they could run 120.
Misha can.
Yeah.
Well, Misha can flying anyway.
No, I've just got the 30 feet times 3.
Now, they will be, again, taking the carriage, which means they won't be able to go at full speed.
Yeah.
On top of
they can't
that,
go
they will
full
be taking
speed.
draft horses, which are slower.
But they're so pretty. This is also
can
just Chelsea. Draft horses.
Admire the horses when you are there.
Yeah.
You are physically capable, as far as I'm aware, all of you, of even on foot managing to get ahead of this. But again, that could be incredibly exhausting, especially dependent on where you plan to intercept them.
I feel like we should wait
What
until
was your
they,
plan?
like,
How far away?
see.
You wanted to wait until they made their first camp?
Yep.
Then I would
Both of them.
recommend taking horses.
Okay. Let's go get some horses.
They're waiting out front.
Oh, well, that's so useful.
Thank you for your foresight, Minister Taliesin.
I was really hoping you weren't going to ask for a carriage. That would have taken quite a lot longer. You all know how to ride horses, right?
Oh, yeah.
I have experience.
Ainari just kind of gesture to themselves, like...
You're welcome to ride your dragon form.
Once we leave the city.
You should also keep in mind that you are traveling around the main road.
Yeah, that kind of stands out a little bit.
So, I was under the impression that you were still trying to keep your draconic form less of a secret than it once was, but still a secret. If you no longer care, by all means, fly.
We are... We know ways of being unseen while flying.
If you don't want the horse, don't take the horse. If you want the horse, take the horse.
Maybe take the horse.
We will be taking the horse out.
There are 4.
Out of the
They're
city.
waiting out front.
I choose... Okay, I'm running out. Ilsa's running out so she gets the best horse.
Okay, so what are you looking for in a horse?
Oh god.
The one that looks the sassiest.
The sassiest?
Hell yeah.
There is one with almost like a silky black coat. Very obviously very well looked after, very healthy, but very much also a bit wild. You would probably come out to the person who's actually keeping them where they currently are. There's 3 of them kind of like standing there completely normally, and there's just the completely black horse just walking around. No, please just stay here. I need you to wait. All right.
I'm
You
going
have
to
to go
go
for a
for
run
black
in a minute.
horse. I have sugar cubes as well, because why wouldn't I?
You have sugar cubes?
Oh,
Okay.
fuck yeah, I do.
Took them from the room.
Yes, I definitely have a full pocket
Yeah,
just
yeah.
dedicated to sugar
Yeah, right,
cubes
fair enough.
that I've just steadily been stealing.
It's like which
from
bag
the
of holding
dining table.
is the bag of holding of sugar cubes, and the
Mhm,
bag of holding of other things.
Of course.
All right, as
Yes.
you come out, it's just like, oh, hello, you're who I'm wait. I like you just like as you're just kind of like coming up to the horse stuff as well. Oh, hold on, this one's a little bit. I assume you're going to pull out the sugar cube straight away.
Yes. Of
Animal
course.
handling with advantage, please.
Come on. Just either go very good or very bad. Okay. Okay, so the first dice had me really worried
Hmm?
because it was a 3.
Uh
And I
huh.
do have a +1. The second dice I rolled, not 20.
For fuck's sake.
Hell yeah, Elsa.
+1,
Alright,
so
I
21.
assume Annalise is the only one that on 2, so I assume Annalise is going to get the inspiration for that.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Horse, like, at first seems to be a bit skittish and, like, backing off, and then you can see, like, nostrils widen. Eyes, like, kind of, like, move around and then look towards your hand. This horse seems to like you instantly.
I'm making best friends with this horse.
You have raised the DC for the other horses by 1. If they are not being given sugar cubes.
I will spread out the love, but the majority of the sugar cubes goes to.
You're gonna give some sugar cubes to the others? Okay, alright, then DC
Mhm.
doesn't go up. Alright. Can
She's
I
not an
get
animal please.
handling from the rest of you? And by the rest of you, I mean, I will need 2 animal handling checks.
Okay,
And Annalisa, can you please give me an animal handling check?
I can do that. Oh,
Well, hey,
hey, that's pretty good.
that is. Ah, yes, mental stats are the same between the 2 of them now, so that is an 18 plus 6 for Ed's body, and a 16 plus 6 for Misha's.
Okay, you'll pass this check. No fucking problems at all. Okay. The DC wasn't high, but, you know. Not after you guys get to use animal handling.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Alright. You'll very quickly get up. They are already saddled.
Yeah.
The person who's like handling them stuff just kind of gives you like very basic instructions about some care things. Just like stuff they expect of you as somebody who's going to be taking the horses for an extended period of time.
Ilza doesn't listen.
That's fine.
There's 2
It's
interactions
still
by
gonna.
Beauty the horse.
It's more the. It's very much like a I've been paid to come here. These are horse hires. Here are the rules about hiring the
Oh, for
horse
sure.
and things like that. Yeah, it is very much just like a spiel, and it's if you're aware of horses, you're aware of like horse riding and like how to actually take care of horses and stuff. This is all just. It's just very basic. No problem.
Feed them, water them, brush them, make sure
Yep.
they don't go lame or throw a shoe. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're all mounted, and I assume begin heading out of the city.
Yeah. Off we go.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, as 4 of you begin heading out through the streets, you can see that over the course of the month, a lot of people like life has gotten a lot more regular. People have kind of returned back to like how it is. Even just coming on the streets and the horse stuff, there's not that many people actually on horseback, so the sounds of horse hooves like clopping does get like a few people startled, and they flick around, like look towards you to see what's going on there, and then immediately calm down. They see the horse, see some people riding it. There's definitely still some people that are on edge after the weird stuff that went on the last month, but most people are back to their normal things. Streets are back to being pretty busy, especially as you get closer and closer towards the entrance, where a lot of the long distance travel, essentially the trading area of the city, where it is very busy here, as it always is. As you're all four of you on horseback, it's pretty easy to get through the crowd. Most people just move and get themselves out of the way. And once you reach the front gate, you are recognized on sight.
Oh.
And allowed through.
Damn, we popular. Or mean to call to him.
Everyone's our best friend.
Make an insight check.
Insight.
Yeah, I'll do one.
Oh, that's only a 10 plus. Oh yeah, so I literally rolled.
It's not important. Don't worry about it.
15.
Natural fucking 20. Jesus Christ.
God damn.
Alright, who's getting inspiration?
I'll give it to... Well, Ilza gave it to me, so I'll give it back to Ilza.
Alright. You have 3 inspiration now.
Yeah, I'm maxed out.
Okay.
Yours is the only one I can't see on my screen.
Yeah, I can't see yours either. It's just a bug.
Huh.
Weird.
Interesting.
You guys always just tell me you couldn't see any of them, so I don't know why you could see them now.
I can see Annalise's, it just says 2. I can obviously see mine, I can't see Edric's.
Yeah, I can see Annalise's as well.
Yeah. It's a bit
Yeah,
weird.
I can see mine for some reason.
Wait, can you see Misha's if I do this?
Nope.
Yeah, I can
Nope.
see it.
I cannot see it.
Okay.
You used
Weird.
to be able to see inspiration, but I could only ever see like certain people's. It
That's
doesn't show
weird.
for everyone.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure
it's-
what's doing that.
No.
Okay.
Annalise's inspiration flies down.
As you're
Yeah. Good
heading
point.
out of the city, you notice it is not me and Taliesin calling ahead. Normally, you would have to actually kind of like stop and essentially let an inspection and things happen. It is just straight up guards who are aware of. There is recognition. They recognize you, and then like a quick moment of them, and then speaking to some of the others, and like you see a few of the guards stuff like turn and point. You can see some of the magic ones who are usually quite stuck up. The magic using guards even turn, and there is also recognition from them. It is very much a lot of appreciation for what you've done. A lot of the public isn't aware. The guards very much are.
Oh, we know. That's worrying.
It's what happens when you do things on a really big scale, and you weren't trying to hide everything.
Yeah, we're gonna have to change identity soon, guys. You can all do that, right?
Yeah, you can all change your
Yeah, of course.
body type,
Yeah,
height,
you all have like backup
face,
identities. Right?
voice. Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about. Edric was trying to cultivate a little bit of a reputation so that he get jobs.
Yeah, I mean, I literally went and made friends with half of the city in my downtime.
Yes, people are aware of who you are.
Yeah, I did nat 20 with the
Public, for the general public, it
order
would be
of
a bit more
resource.
difficult. But for guards, it's really easy for them to recognize you.
Yeah, fair enough.
For
I'll
better
be
or for
changing my
worse.
identity soon. Sure.
Yeah,
When
some
it comes
of
to
them probably
guards.
don't think much. But yeah.
Ilza's gonna disappear.
Sorry, I
doesn't have
forgot.
a new party
Mina
anymore.
Taliesin would have given you information on the carriage driver.
Yep.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It's Mullen, is their name.
Mullen.
Molin. What's the person that actually drives it? Not carriage driver, there's a better term for that.
And does he have a
Coachman?
cocktail?
Is it coachman?
Yeah. Coachman.
Did you ask if they had a cocktail?
Yeah, Mullen cocktail. Sorry.
Is that a thing?
No, because his last name surely is Tov, right? Mullen Tov. Because that's
Oh.
funny.
God. It's just Mullen. Sorry.
And his last name is Tov. Yes, I know.
Okay. Mullen Coachman.
Yep. Coachman.
Elderly man.
Oh, Braid's driver.
Probably they appear to be in there about their they would appear older, like you can see that there's like signs of age on them. They have fairly fair skin, typical Ostoyan. The hair is greying and thinning in places. They're a bit there's someone who does sitting down for their job a lot. So even though they are coachmen, like their arms are quite like well done, but they do have a bit of a belly.
Yeah. Eating well. Or on the bevs. Both.
As Mina's also would have probably also have told you, is like the coachman is very much just a. This is someone who knows how to do magic who's pretending they don't. Obviously, there is a need for that for certain politicians to do clandestine activities.
Yeah. Oh, before we left, I definitely sent a note to Ragnar. Got someone to send a note to Ragnar.
I'll write it
Talking
down.
about old men.
Talking about what?
Old men reminded me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah. Cool, so we meet up so we can trust Mullen. He has a weird discombobulation tool.
Yes, Mullen has the tool
Yeah.
necessary to screw with everything.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Alright, so, what's your plan?
Well, we know the route they're taking.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, surely guys, we just follow from a distance?
Oh.
But it's like, where's the main road? So they're not going to be the only ones traveling. But I feel like we need to catch them resting.
Hey,
Would be a good
what would
goal.
be the terrain be, Callum?
Is this her favorite terrain?
What's your favorite terrains?
Mountain, swamp, forest.
This is forest.
Fuck yeah! Alright.
Doesn't take long. Like, the path, the actual big main pathway itself isn't directly forest, but it does travel through very heavily wooded areas. Yeah, this is all forested.
You're basically, once we travel an hour or more in the forest, we cannot be slowed down by difficult terrain. We can't be lost except by magical means. Even when we are engaged in another activity while traveling, such as foraging, navigating, or tracking, we remain alert to danger. I don't think we have to worry about foraging, but if we do, we find twice as much food as we normally would. While tracking other creatures, you also learn their exact number, their sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area. So yeah.
Alright, so, what are you all doing? This is your favorite terrain.
I would say we want to be decently far back enough that like they can't identify us by just simply looking.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
how far back would like when do like facial features become like indistinguishable in terms of distance?
We just need them visible on the horizon. I don't think we need to be any
Yeah.
closer.
Yeah, as we're keeping pace with them, we can basically just we see them, and then the moment basically like, so we'll wait for them to get like a certain like amount ahead, and then once they start, I guess like once we start to feel like okay, we're gonna like lose sight of them, and unless we like start following up, then we'll start you know um, following them at a steady pace. But then once that happens, I would also like to do a primeval awareness as we leave.
Yeah.
You want to do primeval awareness as you start following them? Is that what you're doing?
Basically, as we start following them.
Okay.
So out of the
And
city.
basically, as out of the city, and then as got slots, I could do one in the city just to make sure that we're not leaving. You know what? Like, there's no harm in it. I will do one. Basically, while we're doing this whole like horse thing, is the getting the horses and whatnot? Is that in the city or is that out?
I'll be in the city.
In the city?
The horses were literally outside the door after we were talking to Mina.
Right. Yeah. I will do a primeval awareness then. All right. Tell him
Mm-hmm.
aberrations.
Okay, so this is happening after they've come out. Alright. So you have, so there is a, like there's other people coming and going, but this one does stand out. Has an armed escort. You see people wearing the guards' uniforms. You can see a couple of them themselves are wearing the uniform that signifies that they're capable of using magic. And there is a carriage. Now, you've seen a bunch of different carriages. This one seems to be, like, even as they're pulling it, they've got the draft horses out the front. It's even slower than a carriage would normally be. There is some weight to this carriage. As far as you can tell, it's quite reinforced. The person, Mullen, who you've been described to, you can see a person matching that description, coachman, as well as there would be about 10, so 8 of regular guards and 2 of them who are capable of using magic, escorting this carriage that begins heading off. Now, using primeval awareness while they're within 1 mile.
Yeah.
Now, I am going to say you are within 1 mile of the entrance of the city.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine?
Yeah.
Okay. So, aberrations.
Yes.
No.
Okay. Celestials.
No.
Dragons.
I'm just blanking. You don't detect Misha, do you?
No,
Misha
no,
has
no.
one of the rings of...
Think about shielding? Yeah, okay, so no.
Yeah.
Elementals.
No.
Fae.
Yes?
That's not me.
Okay.
I have the thing on.
The amulet of non-detection.
Yep.
That's not Ilza, but even then, I don't think I know that. So.
No, I'm just saying
That's
out of
just
character. That ain't me.
tabletop wise.
Yeah. I'm just checking that I haven't missed something. Fiends
Goddamn Fae.
No.
and undead.
No.
So only Fae.
That's weird.
Okay.
Goddamn Fae. Stupid bastards.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hate all of them.
While you're looking around,
Same.
is there anyone else doing anything while primary awareness is happening, or are you just focusing on following the carriage?
I'm not focused on anything.
Okay.
I'm chatting with the horse. To be honest.
Okay, Einari will mostly be focused on the carriage. Particularly, like, Ed's body has pretty good eyes, so we should be able to see if like they're acting strange from a distance.
Okay, make a perception check.
Okay. Let's go. Oh, that's a 16 plus 10 for 26.
26? Okay, thank you. Anytime the carriage hits somewhere that's like softer dirt or anything, like you can see its tracks kind of like actually like dig into the ground. Like, there's proper weight behind this thing. It's very, very easy to track if this wasn't on like a well-used road.
Too bad Korah's not even in there.
I'm sorry,
have to-
Mario. Your
well, you have to
princess
find
is
out.
in another carriage.
You'll have to find out, won't you?
Yeah.
He's like, oh god, we've been following the wrong carriage.
That would be very funny.
Okay. So, are you setting out to follow?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How far back are you staying?
We just have him on the horizon. So, not close at all.
Okay. As you're traveling, probably about the good like half the day passes, and I will say Edric with a 26. From here, it does seem that at least one or two of the guards are paying attention to your group. Not from recognition, more the fact that you are still following them, staying at the same pace as a significantly slower traveling vehicle.
It's like
Give me an insight check with that.
insight.
Yeah.
Okay. Not Einari's best skill, but hey.
You got this.
This could be worse. That is 12 plus 2.
14? Okay.
Yep.
I'll say with a 14, at this distance, it's hard to glean much more information. It's more the fact that a couple of them have like stopped, turned, and looked at your group, like while these are all mounted escorts as well. Like turned, looked towards your group, and then started heading back forward. But other than them paying attention to you and definitely having noticed you, there's not much more to get. Like they look at other people that go past as well. You're not the only group that they're paying attention to.
Yeah,
but they
this is
definitely
main
have
road.
paid attention to you, and you are matching their pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this is a main road, right?
Yep.
Is there any other groups, or like, does it look like there are any merchant carts or
Travel
anything
is
like
meant
that?
to be fairly rare in this setting, right?
There's trade.
Well, there's trade. Long distance travel, yes. Travel between Castle and the nearby villages, nearby towns. Travel between Castle and Malkovia is frequent. The bigger the town, the more travel there is. The reason there is such a big road here is this is the route between Castle and Malkovia.
Yeah. How how far away is Malkovia?
When
Like,
you
days?
originally were heading into Castor, you guys ended up on a different road, much less travelled, until it led up to this one, because you didn't go through Malkovia.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Yeah.
How far away is Malkovia? Like, days?
Yes.
Okay.
Malkovia is far.
Yep.
At this pace, weeks.
Okay. Is there any... Yeah, any, like, a cart, like, of a merchant or anything?
No, there wouldn't be. At this time, no. There'd be small carts. That's people carrying things. There's probably like we say merchants. There'd be people going to like sell produce.
Yeah.
Like some people like bringing animals and things towards the city. City's
Is
got to
there
get
any
its food
going-
somewhere.
The same way as us?
There'd probably be some, yeah. People who have
Any-
finished their business in the city and then begin heading back out this way, traveling faster than you are.
Any going at around our pace?
No.
Damn. Faster or slower?
Faster.
We could just join
The
up with
people
the
who
group.
are traveling slower, like no one would have left at the same time as you and be matching your pace. They'd either be traveling slower, so they're never going to reach you, or they would have
Yep.
caught up to you and then just gone past.
Yeah. Guys, we could just join up, make friends with someone or look like we're friends, and just pass these guys for a little bit. And then
Right.
wait up ahead and, like, sneak.
I should clarify, they're paying attention to you. They're not just paying attention to you, they are
They're
paying attention to other
everyone.
people.
Yeah, it's just.
Right,
the
but
fact
if
that
we
are
do
but I am
this
pointing
for-
out, you are the only group, and you
Yeah.
can see with the 26 that is matching their pace.
Yeah, and if we do
Yeah.
this for, like, a whole day,
Yeah,
It looks
it's
odd,
Very
yeah.
suspicious.
it looks odd. So if we just, like, make friends with some passing travelers and just pass these guys if we end up going faster than them. And then wait up ahead somewhere. Instead,
what you
like,
wanna do?
off the road. That would be an option. Or we're going to have to fall way back. Like, be like, oh no, my horse is thrown a shoe or something, and one of us get off our horse and check. But I don't think there's a way of, like, keeping them in sight all day without being really suspicious. So we
You
either
do have
pass
someone
them-
in their... I will say, if you're falling
Mhm.
behind, you do have someone in their favoured terrain who is quite good at tracking. Even
Yeah,
with the extra difficulty of this being a main road.
exactly.
DC would
So-
be quite high, but it would be a thing where it's more so a... They're not going to stop on the main road, they go off it at some point. So if you lost sight of them,
Yeah.
the odds of Annalise being able to find exactly where they left the main road is pretty high.
So do we
And
just
that's
want to,
without
like...
Edric's assistance.
Yes.
Yep, do we want to, like, fall back a bit?
Or you can do what you said before. You can also just go past them. You don't even require somebody to walk with. You could just go past them. However, as I have just mentioned, guards are very likely to notice who you are.
I think we go past them, and then basically, like, when we think, like, your nighttime, when they'd probably be, like, stopped for, like, sleeping and stuff like that. Maybe they don't.
It's
Maybe they rest and
just-
shit.
If we go ahead, we don't know when they're going to turn off. If we go
Well,
behind, at
it-
least we'll notice.
I shouldn't be saying this because this is pretty important.
Hmm?
I have faith in my abilities.
Yeah,
is
but, like-
Annalise... Sorry?
Again, we'll also be noticed. Like, we're recognizable to guards. If we go past them.
As I said before, it's guards that are from the city, especially like ones that have been trained in magic stuff, do know who you are and what you look like. Like, they have descriptions at the very least. Some guards probably have seen you in person. You don't recognize the people that were escorting this,
Yeah.
but that doesn't mean they don't recognize you.
So, like, one, we can never
And you've
tell when they're
I
going
will
to
say,
turn off
you
for a
currently
break.
have made no effort to hide your appearance.
No. But if we fall way back, let them leave our line of sight, at least you have the chance of, 1, they don't see us and they don't recognize us. 2, I have faith in Annalisa being able to figure out that they've left the main road.
I'd be able to see, like, they're in a cart. A cart,
Yeah.
like, especially when you go off-road, it's gonna leave, like, dents in, like, the grass and shit.
Yes.
You believe that this going off-road would be, like, while it's on the road, it's quite difficult to track. The moment it goes off-road, it should be very simple. It requires some definite outside factors to make it difficult to track.
The thing is, if all it does is just keep stopping, if it keeps, like, just stopping on the road, and then they stop, basically make camp on the, essentially on the road, then all we have to do is just follow the main road back. So it's like, I think either way, it's easy for us to track them.
Yeah.
Either they make it easy for us, or I have to do a roll, which I'm probably very likely to succeed.
Yeah, so I think maybe basic travelers might camp closer to the road. I don't think if you're transporting a prisoner, you'll be very close to the road. And, like, again, if we go ahead of them, we will never know when they stop. They could take a break in an hour, and we could not know.
We won't know exactly. Well, here's the thing is, like, yeah, sure, we don't know when they're going. We don't know when they're going to stop. But my plan is, we go ahead, right? Of course, you know, we go ahead enough that, like, they can't, like, that. We go ahead enough that we can sort of still, like, kind of, like, double back and sort of, like, check to see, like, where they're going. Check
Again,
if they're behind us.
That's suspicious in exactly the same way.
It's suspicious if you can tell that someone's looking back. But if you're, again, on the horizon, they're not gonna fucking know if you're turning your head towards them or not. You're too far out.
Yeah, but
all we have to see is the cart.
Just to keep in mind that at this distance, yourself and Edric are both very much capable of seeing that.
Yeah. And
you can tell which direction they are facing, even on the horizon.
But staying
you may not be able to recognize a person or, like, get, like, specific details unless there's something more obvious about them. Yeah. But the two of you are more than capable of doing so, and the odds of a guard being able to do so is not impossible.
And again, staying just on the horizon behind them is exactly the same as staying just on the horizon ahead of them. Like, if we're overtaking them to that degree, we would just keep going.
It is not the same because we are being suspicious by doing what we are doing currently.
Which is, yes, and okay,
I do see what you mean though. We should not, if we're going ahead, then we should just go straight ahead and not try and keep, like, a certain distance. We just keep going ahead.
Yeah.
The other option is, we are, like, this is meant to be forest, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Some of it.
Yeah. So, at some point where the road deviates, we just turn off a bit until we go out of sight, and then follow from, like, the side of the road using the trees for cover.
I will say this. Horses and trees, not a good mix. Very, very terrible mix.
I mean, we're not sprinting through the forest.
No, but they're loud, they spook. We're not going to be able to sneak on a horse.
You would require a war horse if you wanted to sneak with a horse. You are not currently riding war horses.
No.
We could find a place to sort of, like...
Sorry, specifically a war horse that isn't in armor, or at least the armor is silent.
Yeah. I mean, the other thing to keep in mind is that once things get a little bit darker, I do have the sort of subclass ability Subtle Wings. Your companion gains a bit of death as a bonus action, and any stealth checks made while mounted gain advantage. The whole point of this is that Misha can actually be very quiet while flying.
Yeah, and that's you, not me or.
Well, it
Annalisa.
means that like we can take to the air to help find where they are.
Mhm. Yeah.
This may be also a stupid idea, but I thought like once it gets dark, right, we can sort of like head in the opposite direction, head back to sort of where we came from, and see if they've, as long as we remain unspotted, or like we could camp out, see if they've um uh see if they've if they're still like going on the path, or if like okay, like the cart should have come past here now. Maybe they've broken off. We can go to where we can try and find where they broke off.
So I'll say this. Falling behind, if we just fall behind, use an excuse, again, be like, oh my god, my horse threw a shoe, and one of us gets off. We played up. We will know exactly when they leave the road, because you'll see the evidence that they've left the road. If we go ahead, then we have to double back, which is more time spent. So what's the difference there?
I think you raise a very good point. I do like that idea a little bit better. I feel going ahead does have a lot of other variables that we have to consider, such as we double back and they're still on the road, and then we have to try and hide from them so it doesn't look suspicious, as opposed to like we are essentially just delaying our leave quite a bit so that we can keep a normal pace that we would be on horses, whilst not ideally catching up with them until we need to like until we find a point where they've broken off. And if we don't find that point, then we can hopefully assume that means they haven't broken off and are still on the main road.
Pretty much.
I like that plan. Good job.
Hey, this is why we discuss the options. They've all got pros and cons. We just gotta choose one. And again, like, if we fall behind, and then you see where they go off the road, if it's dark enough, well, I mean, it's always dark, sure, but, like, if it's dark enough, Edric can then do the scouting from the sky as well to help. Because we're always in contact as long as we're within a mile.
Mm-hmm. And
So
no one's going to hear Edric speaking from 120 feet up.
You'd hope not. But yeah, so we're putting this into action. We're gonna go behind and wait until we see the signs that they've split off.
Yeah.
Cool.
Making sure that we can't see them.
Yes.
We can't see them. They can't see us.
That's the hope. Cool, I guess I'm gonna get off my horse and act it up. Like, oh my god, my horse has gone lame or something, you know, pick up a hoof.
Give me a performance check.
I cannot roll below a 23, so let's see.
Give me a performance check anyway.
Yep. Performance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 25. 12 plus 13.
Okay. Thank you. Alright, so your group slows down. Get yourself off your horse. Probably pull out a couple of sugar cubes.
Yeah.
Because the black horse very much wants to continue going.
Yeah.
How long are you waiting for?
Till they leave, vision. Then maybe like, what do we want to wait? Like 10 minutes?
Yeah, it would only be, like, if they are just on the horizon line, it would only be about 10, 20 minutes tops.
On horseback? Much quicker.
It's like we could just like wait 5 minutes and then start following at a slow pace. Medium pace, whatever.
Yeah, so you're just waiting. Yeah, so you're just waiting for them, to like disappear proper out of sight from yourselves.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they wouldn't have to travel that far. The other issue with obviously the horizon stuff is like you're keeping pace with them, and sometimes speeding up, slowing down because the road isn't straight. And as the wooded areas get a bit more thicker, as you kind of like go around some of like the longer bends, they're disappearing behind trees before they're reaching the horizon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you wait a bit until they disappear, probably around a bend, a fair bit further ahead. Wait a little bit longer, get yourselves back up on horse, and begin traveling and following the group.
Indeed.
We're trying to keep about the same pace that we were.
Yeah.
Because if they're just out of sight at that point, then that would keep them just out of sight.
Yeah. We want to stay at like a whatever pace we were before, slowish, I guess.
Yeah, as far as I know, we're just taking in the sights. Yeah.
Alright. And Eliza, can you please give me a survival check? With advantage.
Would I be able to argue that Einari is assisting here? Or...
With advantage.
She gets
I think I already have advantage from the.
I'm pretty sure you already
Favorite
have it for favorite terrain. Even if you didn't, you would have it from Einari.
Actually, you know what? No, this is better. So when you make an intelligence or wisdom check related to your favorite terrain, now technically, tracking the card isn't related to my favorite terrain. They're just in it. So how do you rule that?
Sorry, what's the wording on that?
When you make an intelligence or wisdom check related to your favorite terrain.
It's a wisdom check related to the terrain. You're tracking in your favorite terrain. It's a wisdom check. Survival.
Okay. Yes. I will happily accept the advantage because I don't get advantage for this. I get to double my proficiency bonus.
Okay. Sure.
So yeah, that is the. I thought it was
Cool.
advantage. It's essentially
advantage.
treated as expertise.
Oh, it's expertise.
Sorry.
Okay.
Well, I will definitely take that. So +4 to this roll. Survival and advantage. And I'm proficient in this, so I can't roll below a 10.
Okay. 25. You'll continue traveling. Again, it's nighttime. Right? It's
When
always
is it not?
nighttime. So you travel until it is nighttime. It's the evening. Travel for
Proper dark.
quite a lot of hours. The lighting doesn't change, but you do find yourselves getting tired, and you spend enough time in Astoria, especially those who aren't from here, to be adjusted to essentially the equivalent to the day-night cycle here.
I know exactly when sunrise and sunset are, buddy.
There
How
is
could
no
you? You've never seen the
sunrise,
sun.
and there is no sunset.
I know when it would be.
You would know where it would be if you were there. There is no sunrise, and there is no sunset here.
There's sun.
You are aware that while you're here in Astoria, there just isn't any. There is no sun.
Almost like the sun isn't here. Yeah, I just keep track of what time it is.
You guys have a rough approximation. It's like evening. It's like based on how, like keeping. I'll say with your animal handling, the fact that all of you got you're kind of familiar with like your own horse's like wear and tear.
I also just have keen mind.
Okay, you just have keen. Okay.
I just have keen mind. Yeah.
You know it's evening. So, definitely knowing so, and having not seen any tracks so far, Annalisa, you kind of like double your efforts at the moment to try and like keep track of where something may have gone off the track. You look around and continue looking as you're traveling. And the first thing you do notice is that there's a section of the woods itself that's wide enough for a carriage to actually come off of the road. As you all get close, you can see evidence there of previous carriages and other horses and people who have definitely used this to come off-road and make camp for the night. Some way they can actually get off of this main road, move off to the side. It is hard to, looking through the tracks and stuff to look for the one that you're specifically looking for. But you are aware you're meant to be looking for a deeper one, a heavier one.
And some freshly turned dirt. And from where the wheels
having a
might
look
cut
at
in a bit.
having a look at these tracks, none of them match the one you're looking for. In fact, none of these tracks are new. These tracks are old, like months old.
Okay. Then they probably haven't. Okay. Okay, so Annalisa's currently thinking in her head, okay. If these tracks are old, right?
I'll say with a 25. Probably about 10 or so meters off the track, there are a couple of broken branches off some of the trees.
Right, there would be magic guards that would probably use magic in order to mask their tracks.
Definitely could be. Do you want to go scouting?
Yeah, things are
You're
dark.
saying something. Did anyone else hear from her?
I think you just said, that's all I heard.
I'm looking at my Natural Explorer and remembering everything that does.
Okay.
Okay.
Just detect magic when you need it.
So...
With the Starion.
Yep.
Mrs. Darian.
Immediately just like,
God.
no, where is he? Oh,
Okay. So that
I am
this-
going
okay,
to... How I'm going to primeval awareness.
you going to primeval awareness?
Going to primeval awareness.
Okay.
Ah, there's a Fae traveling with them.
If
they
there
have like
is,
Well, here's the thing, that Fae could be one of the could be a familiar, remember? Because all of the elementals
Yeah.
and Fae, or a lot of them were like familiars, like methods and shit.
yeah. Well, that's why I'm
Smart.
now
No to everything.
no to everything.
He's disappeared.
Okay, so whatever the Fae was might not be with them. Actually, Callum, were we more than a mile behind?
I believe so.
Well, because it's my favorite terrain, I can extend my primeval awareness, so I'd like to extend it to, let's say, 3 miles, just to be safe.
Yeah, you definitely were. Horizon distance is about 5 kilometers, a little more than 3 miles.
Okay, well then, let's push it to the maximum then. 6 miles.
6 miles? The answer's still no to all of the above.
Okay, cool. So then it was just at the city then, probably. I doubt they're 6 miles ahead of us. Unless they've got some non-detection thing that they're doing. And not much we can do about that if that's the case.
No.
If they're using something like... I don't think... something like Pass Without Trace would work on a vehicle.
They would have, like, non-detection spells, probably.
Non-detection, yes, but non-detection doesn't work against covering your physical tracks.
No, that just might be some other funky magic.
I'm not aware, I think, of any... Like, I...
Make an Arcana check.
But yeah, but also there's lots of custom magic in this as well. Not everything's like PhD.
Here's the thing. This is like me sort of trying to not metagame. I'm not aware of, personally, me, Brandon, aware of stuff that can do that. But you know, it's.
I'm also not aware of lightning haste either. Like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not aware. It could be some unique shit.
Yeah.
Let's go.
If you've watched Critical Role Campaign 1, there's at least one custom item. I don't know if it's in the base game or not. That would do something similar.
It's out there.
With the 7, there definitely could be a magical item that would do it. It's very possible there could be a spell that could do it. And if anyone would have a spell to do it, it would be the guards that can use magic that are currently escorting a criminal.
Okay. So, because you said there were old tracks, because of how heavy this cart was, just going over the old tracks wouldn't hide them.
Alright.
No,
right?
It would not.
Okay.
No. There would either the tracks that were already there would have become a lot deeper, so it would have just completely obscured the previous tracks, or it would have just made its own pathway entirely, just from the sheer weight of it.
Sorry. Continue.
No, that's it.
I am going to check the branches if I can glean sort of anything from them. Maybe something like maybe I can tell how long ago that happened. I don't know how.
Sure. You get up closer, and you see like those branches. They look like something's gone past and just like kind of like caught along them and snapped to the side. You see a little bit further, like something you couldn't see from the road and near the entrance, probably another 5 or 6 meters up against like some of the trees a bit further ahead. Just again a little bit more damage. This time it's down like the tree roots. Like this tree has some of its roots that are exposed a bit above the ground. You can see some of the bark and some of the actual wood itself has been partially damaged, and it's fresh. It looks like a horse has gone over it.
They had a horse
stamped on it, yeah.
There were 12 horses, 2 draft horses, and 1 for each of the guards.
That's a lot of horses to come through here. Does it look like it could have been just the one horse that's done this damage, or would it have taken quite a bit?
Would only have taken 1 horse to do it.
Okay, well, it's still fresh, so
it would have been like it would have been like a corner of a hoof, kind of like clipping against the side of it, just a weaker bit of the bark, and just kind of down through it. There is no hoof print underneath, like the side where it should be, though.
Yeah.
It's just damage to the tree.
Yeah, just assuming that they are using some kind of magic to leave no physical trace behind, but like they obviously, if they bump into something or break something, that's still gonna be there. It's just magic covers up their like footprints essentially. I'm going to turn around to the rest of the and be like, Well, some of this stuff here looks fresh, like that wood there. That looks like it's been damaged. This could be the right direction, although I can't say for sure. It appears
Good.
if they did come through here, they are using some form of magic, which would not surprise me, to cover up their tracks.
Makes sense.
There's no like fresh hoof marks around or anything like that, yeah?
Nope.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
No hoof marks, no cart marks either.
Well, we could go and scout it out. Would need to leave the horses.
Yeah,
Some
so
of
we
the
can
clothes should be getting.
we can tie them to like the we've got like we can tie them to the tree.
Thanks for the follow. God. Scare the shit out of me.
But yeah, well then let's tie the
Well-
horses somewhere off the road a bit and track them, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, we could keep. You two could keep moving a little bit. Just take our horses, and we could try and search from the air.
Yeah, but we
If
also
we go.
can't get too far away from each other because if you are spotted, no offense, but you're fucked.
It's-
Like we can't be a mile away from each other. That would take us so long to get to you to help.
Alright, gang. Split up into twos.
No, splitting up. Terrible. You can scout ahead, sure, but we need to be following.
So just to point out, this is a wide passage, wide enough for a carriage to pass through. There is no like alternate pathways through here. There is one way a carriage could go through here.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'll be following basically like kind of like just like picturing like okay, if the carriage was to come through here, where would it go, and just kind of following that. I am also because again, if we do encounter these people, we want to make sure that we are ambushing them and not the other way around. I am going to cast second level spell on Pass Without Trace.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
So you're all
We're
stealthing?
snaking.
So
Yeah.
Yes.
Tying up the horses and stealthing?
Yeah.
Alright. Give me all your stealth checks then.
At advantage, Tremor.
Two of you at advantage, yes.
We're in the dark.
We're always in the dark these days.
Skulker's a good feat. Sawyer.
Yes.
That's nocturnal, isn't it?
There's
Yeah,
nocturnal.
it's nocturnal.
for us.
Yeah. That's one they had. Alrighty.
No, not Skulker, sorry, Nocturnal.
And
Skulker's
it's
also
plus
good.
10, right?
Yep, plus 10 from Pass Without Trace.
Oh fuck! I'm glad I chose these dice.
Last for...
So who wants to
Okay.
have a?
That's
Who
it.
wants to have 3 inspiration?
Fuck's sake. Annalise
have
is the only
3.
option.
Yep.
That's
Is
3
that
nat 20s. No nat ones.
Is that for Edric or Misha?
I'm owed nat 20s now.
Well, I rolled a 20 and a 19, so.
Yeah, both
You
a
know what,
minimum
we'll give-
30 and 29.
Yeah. So we'll give the 20 to Misha. It'll be 20 plus 5 plus 10.
So 35.
Uh,
Annalise, you have 3 inspiration. So it's
Hell
another
yeah.
natural 20.
and 19 plus what's Edric's stealth? Okay.
Do you have
Rightio.
expertise?
Pardon?
Do you have expertise?
No, I just have I have proficiency and I have
Oh.
a 7 in Dex.
Yeah.
Yeah, 34. Okay. So a 34, 43, a measly 35, and a 40. Oh, jeez. Alright.
Silent like the grave.
We all disappear.
Well, with Password Trace obscuring a lot of your vision, even people with night vision are going to find it almost impossible to distinguish you from anything else. Like, your sound is muffled, your sight is muffled, to the point where it's... the only reason you know, like, you can see where your party members are is because you know where they were to begin with. If you stop paying attention at any point, any of the other people near you are just going to vanish. You'll begin heading stealthily into this forest. As you get probably another 20-30 meters in, you can see what are quite clearly a bunch of very fresh, very heavy track marks from the heavy carriage, just almost appearing out of nowhere, and lots of different hoof prints, as well as a bunch of other tracks from previous carriages, from other horses, from other people walking around, that do not match up. It's almost like a hard cut-off point where stuff was missing. And then just all of a sudden it's all this much more recent tracks.
Okay, so yeah, this would be where their magic wore off and they felt confident enough to not recast. Potentially, or this could be trickery, who knows?
As you continue traveling this way, you eventually get up to a moon's out, so it's like it's probably a little dimly lit. A large enough clearing, and you can see that there is a fire being made, being tended to by a couple of guards. You can see there's the carriage, as well as the two draft horses. That carriage has been like kind of, it's towards the center. They haven't like put it up against the edge, obviously to avoid any shenanigans going on there. You can see there's a guard on each of the four corners of the carriage, and then the other ones have gone off to do different things. And the coachman is currently tending to a bunch of the different horses, giving them like giving them food to eat, making sure that they're like tied up so they can't just sprint off. No one seems to notice your approach.
Do we see Mullen?
Yeah, Mullen's the coachman. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Mullen's currently tending to the horses.
These people, do they look like they're all getting food out of individual packs, or is there like a place on the cart that they seem to be drawing from?
There's no food yet. However, you do see that there is a very large pot next to the fire. There's probably plans to make like some food that's then's going to be divvied up between all of them.
Cool, so I need to get to that pot somehow with all of this torpor.
Does Pass Without Trace... Do you have to like remain within 30 feet? Or is it just at the time of casting?
It is at the time of casting.
At the time of casting, yeah.
Okay.
Creature you choose within 30 feet. So once that happens, you can go and do as you like.
Yeah, some people like to describe it as an aura. It's not. It's you pick creatures within 30 feet, and then those creatures are like wreathed in shadow, which muffles sound, muffles vision.
Right, okay.
So... Also, I feel like even if they are incapacitated, we should still let the horses go so they don't have a quick escape.
Don't we want them to fuck off?
No, they're going to be incapacitated.
Yeah.
They're either going to be incapacitated by the torpor or by the weird device that Mullen has. They'll be like incapacitated, like out of it. They won't remember most of this.
Right.
Yep. they're not going to run, they're going to fight. If anything.
I will say, like, while you're watching, you can see that Mullen does appear to occasionally be looking into the forest. Like he's looking for something.
Mm-hmm.
But not too, like, he's trying to, like, look out, you know, and then just, like, go back to tending the horses.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe we wait for a bit and get a sense of some of their patterns, maybe? I can try and
We're going full
see,
stealth
like...
game. We're tracking the routes.
Yeah. And then, because
So,
I need, if we
There
want
is
to use the torpor...
There is one guard at each of the
I'll
four
go first.
corners of the carriage. There are 2 guards handling the fire and preparing food.
Mm-hmm.
Of the remaining 4, 2 of them are currently, like, at different parts of the clearing, kind of just, like, keeping a little bit of a lookout, and the other 2 are resting and kind of just chatting with the ones who are preparing food.
Yes. Oh, fuck.
What's the hotkey to see the vision cones?
It's V.
Yeah, press V for us.
Yeah.
It's not working?
Right. Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
So I need the people at the pot to be a little bit distracted. Somehow. So I can get to the pot. And dump this shit in without being noticed.
I have boots of false tracks.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps what I could do, because even without Pass Without Trace, I've got a good stealth. Have Edric sort of like make a little noise just to get their attention, then just run them in a bit of a circle.
Yeah. I just need the bitches away from the pot, pretty much.
Yeah, we don't really have. Yeah, without Astarion, we don't have much magical means, so we're gonna have to be.
Yeah, we're gonna need to make some noise somewhere, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And get them. And you could use the boots of false tracks to make it seem like it was a boar or something, whatever's native to this area.
Boots of false tracks. Let me just bring up the
What does it
description. I can create tracks of any other kind of humanoid my size.
Humanoid your size. Yikes.
So it means that I can, instead of having it be boot tracks, I could maybe have them be like Dragonborn
Again.
tracks or something.
So this would be you guys having this discussion very, very quietly while hidden outside the edge of this clearing.
Yeah, well, noise is muffled, but would it
We
be
will
muffled through
move
the ring as
away.
You're not close enough to be heard.
Yeah.
But again, if you're going to be making plans and stuff,
Yes.
you got to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Yes. But no, we don't want them to think of humanoids around. That's
Gentle
the
nudge.
problem.
Try and do it in character.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't want them to think of humanoids around. That's the thing. That'll keep them on edge.
We want just like
Right. Hold on. Disguise self.
Oh, disguise self. That's crazy.
You can only go a foot up or a foot down.
Yeah.
You can change your appearance, but you still look like a human.
Yeah.
You'll be a humanoid, you have the same amount of limbs and shit. And also, disguise
Right.
self is an illusion.
Ah, yeah, and they're magical. They might just see through it.
Illusions aren't physical. As well. So if you're trying to leave tracks.
if they're not getting close enough to touch me, that doesn't really matter.
No, just talking about fake tracks. Disguise self does
Yeah,
not
'cause-
change your tracks.
We don't want them to think people are around.
I don't have anything for making a track.
No, we just need something that makes sound.
What else do I have?
Like, if someone else sneaks forward to put the torpor in the pot, if everyone's confident in their sleight of hand and stealth, I can move through the trees and make sound acrobatically.
I mean, I could. Is there a reason why? Maybe I missed something. Is there a reason why you have to be the one making the sound?
I just mean in the trees because I'm very good at acrobatics, so that way we're not leaving any tracks at all.
I mean, I'm pretty good at acrobatics as well.
Yeah?
Probably not to your extent, but
Would you be confident doing that?
the minimum I can roll to 20.
That's pretty good. I can also give you the rope of climbing, which might help.
Don't forget as well, I do have Nature's Veil as a panic option. So for 6 seconds, I can
Invisibility.
become completely invisible.
Yes, and you're undetectable because of the anti-detection thing.
Can you not continuously use Nature's Veil? I thought you could.
I can. I have 4 uses of it.
Ah, okay.
As a bonus action, it's until the start of my
Yep.
next turn.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be crazy if I could just make you invisible?
That would be crazy. It's a shame that you can't.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, if you could make sound through the trees, that way we're not making any tracks at all.
But also, potentially, I might, depending on we are in a forest, maybe stealthing in a forest is related to the terrain. Because, see, the thing is like, you and I are both pretty good at stealth, but sleight of hand is the one thing that guaranteed you're better at than I am.
I can't roll less than a 25.
Yeah, so I think if it's going to be sneaking and sleight of hand, like, I think you're best for either of them, but I think you're better at the sleight of hand. I think the gap between our sleight of hands is much larger than the gap between, like, acrobatics and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I think your one is more demanding as well. And I would rather have.
How close did you all get to the clearing?
Not that close.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all.
It would have been.
Okay.
It would have been move in, see where things are, and then move back to have discussion.
Yeah.
It's okay. Better question. How close to the edge of the clearing would you have been willing to get?
How far away to where they are from the edge of the clearing?
Clearing itself is like, it's quite large, a couple 100 feet across.
And are they in the middle?
Yeah, they've set themselves up in the middle.
Okay. We would
The person
have
closest, the person closest to the edge is Mullen, because that's where the horses are mostly being tied up, is towards the edge.
I mean, just close enough to see, probably.
So do we want to just someone sneak up?
You can do that from pretty far because the fire itself is actually quite lighting up the place.
So did we want to just have someone sneak and give Mullen like the thumbs up and see if that plan works?
This was just like a backup almost, but I feel like it might be better to do this than to use that device straight up. Potentially.
Okay.
Annalisa, are you confident to use the trees?
Yes.
Make some sound maybe around the clearing somewhere.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yes. Edric? I'd say maybe if you sit on the side of the clearing that Mullen is, so you can give the signal to him to use that device if we need him to, which we probably will. You're also the quickest out of any of us to get to him if you need to. then I will try my fucking best to put this shit in their soup. We cool with that?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm chill.
Okay, cool. Let's do this thing.
I will go to the trees.
You're in the trees. This is
Oh.
all forest.
Up the tree.
You're going up the trees. Okay. How close to the clearing are you?
Me?
The edge of the clearing. Yes.
Edge of
Like, where are you trying to make noise? Like, are you going further away and making a loud noise? Are you going nearby and making a kind of quiet noise? Are you going close and making a loud noise? Are you going to walk to the edge of the clearing and go, "Oi, sup, kid?"
I'm probably gonna try and go further away. I don't know if they've got like I'm be a bit paranoid if they've got like if the guards have sort of like an active field of like cancelling out spells, like hostile spells. So I don't know, but I don't know fully what they can do. All I know is that they are very much account for magic.
Yeah. And we're using the trees, Quack, so they don't know it's a humanoid that's around. They could just be like, oh, it was just like a bird or something. We don't want them to think a humanoid is around if we can help it.
Yeah.
Oh, you probably want to make a little more noise than a bird, so they're actually compelled to
Oh
pick
yeah,
it
like
out.
making like noise that makes them suspicious, but we want them to go back to guard duty being like, oh, you know, whatever. Being paranoid. Must have been the wind.
So
Yes,
you're
I think-
saying don't fire my gun.
Yes. Do not we don't want them to think people are around, because that'll put them on extra guard. They will be super alert if they think there are people around.
Well, I mean, isn't like all we need to do is drag them away for a little bit. If they come back and they're super alert, it doesn't matter. The job's done.
Well, maybe, but not necessarily.
Like I could try and just like take a bunch of branches.
Yep.
Like while I'm in the trees, I could like shake a bunch of branches.
Yep.
And make it seem
Have
like
you
this
ever
could be-
heard a Tasmanian devil? You should sound like a Tasmanian devil. That shit's horrifying.
Or just a fox's mating call, to be totally honest.
Yes,
That
honestly.
shit's scary.
Also, yeah, they just scream.
all things, of course, that Annalisa would know.
Yeah.
Yes, you're a ranger.
Yeah, the wrong type of ranger.
Okay,
You can
yeah, I'd
literally
probably
just
go
like squeak or like squawk. It's like almost a scream. Have you heard fucking? Like, I think they're moose. Moose just kind of scream as well. Lots of animals just scream. It's really weird.
All right, I guess the plan is for Annalisa to make some kind of horrifying animal sound
Yep.
as best as she can.
All you gotta do is a guttural, bit louder.
Just moan, that'll get their attention.
Wrong kind of attention.
Annalisa would rather use the gun in that case and just risk it.
Yeah. Go, Frema, you got this.
All right. Oh, I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna say Annalisa does it. There's
Oh, yeah,
no
I know.
way I'm
I just
You don't
mean in
wanna?
general.
You don't want to try? I think this would come under performance. Okay, so where are you, Ilsa?
Oh, no.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm opposite to wherever Annalisa is.
Yeah, but like how?
Where is she
Like,
left?
are you like right up the edge of the clearing? Are you?
Yes, I'm
really
at the
far
edge of
away
the
waiting?
clearing. I'm at the edge
You're
of
at the edge of the clearing. Okay.
Getting ready to go
And
in.
where's Edric?
So Einari would be like,
Well, I know. Yeah,
Towards,
probably have
like-
both. You would have both of you, wouldn't you?
yeah, towards the edge of the clearing where, like, good old Roland Molin is.
Okay. Okay. Ilza.
Yep.
As you approach the edge of the clearing,
Mhm.
and you kind of like getting yourself ready, kind of like bend down, and you notice on a small piece of like the bark, kind of like hanging on the edge of it, is this tiny little bit of ribbon with a bell.
Is this the alarm spell?
Do you know what the alarm spell looks like?
I have
Do you
no
know the
idea.
alarm spell?
I'm...
Have you ever seen the alarm spell before?
Probably. I am an assassin.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay.
The alarm spell comes in many shapes and flavors as well.
Let's see. 15.
15?
11 plus 4? 15, yeah.
Well, you know the alarm spell requires a ring. So you just look around, kind of look at the other trees stuff. Probably about 5 or 6 trees further around. There's another one. A little bit further around, there's another one.
Okay.
And now that you know what you're looking for, looking anywhere that you can see around the clearing, you can see them. Probably about 5 or 6 trees apart. Little bell attached with a ribbon.
Right. Do I think this is magic?
Nah,
Very
we're
much
just
could
pet
be.
trees.
I mean, I'm assuming it's magic. They're
It's
fucking
these
mages.
guys. It's always magic.
Yeah, I have no way of getting past magic. Of course I've got magic. Stupid. When we don't have a goddamn mage. Wow. Great times.
Let me just double check the wording on the alarm spell real quick.
Alarm spell is abjuration.
Yep. I just need to buy a first level spell, damn.
God.
It's a good spell that does what it do.
Yep.
Do what it does.
Seriously, when we don't have our spellcaster.
You're aware that the alarm itself, it's not just, it's not like just crossing the threshold, it's touching or entering the warded area. So even if you teleported into the center of this, it would set off the alarm.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not like a laser thing where it's just you have to break it to set it off. Okay.
So there's literally no way in here without setting off an alarm spell. Great.
Which is probably why...
Are you saying this over the ring? Or like what's...
Yep. I'll say it. I'll be like, great. Can't get through.
Okay. So Nara, you're over near the edge as well?
near it. It would have been more so like...
Would you want to
so I
see
could-
this alarm thing? Or are you further back so you can't see it?
I mean, past perception 25, I could probably...
They are physically on the other side of the trees, so that's a bit
Ah.
difficult.
I
Okay.
gotta just fucking hope that I'm not already in the area that'll set it off.
It would have already made an audible or a mental sound.
That
They
be
would have already done something.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, we would have already seen it. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll probably see, like, have a look at him, yeah.
Okay.
Not
Coming
enough.
forward to the edge, like kind of like near Mullen. Look around. You can see that you can see like what she described, what Ilza described. They're pretty regular, and then there's one tree that you're expecting to have them that doesn't.
Maybe Mullen did that.
Oh, okay, so maybe they...
Looking around nearby, you can see Belle with a small little ribbon laying on the ground, probably a good like 10 meters into the forest. Bit like even further behind from where you were hiding. Like someone had thrown it.
Alright.
Because I don't know Mullen's a spellcaster.
Yeah, assuming pass without trace is first up, we'll whisper and then just like, looks like our man on the inside is taking care of that.
Oh, thank God.
And say it's a few trees down from Mullen.
Okay,
You know enough about the alarm spell that it just doesn't work now. That nowhere on the alarm ring works. Specifically for Ilza.
It has to be a full circle. Okay.
It has to be the full circle. You can't break it. Normally, someone else touching the actual thing would set it off. Someone who's designated to not set it off, someone as Mullen, can touch it, no worries.
So there's not multiple, because it only covers like 20-foot cubes.
It's a version of the alarm spell, alright?
It's a modified version.
Okay, yeah. These are powerful spellcasters. Okay, well then, I guess we stick to the plan and hope.
As I said before, I allow spells to be upcast that don't normally.
Mm-hmm.
This would be one.
Okay, well then, thank God for Mullen. And we stick with it. We just wait for Annalise's signal.
Would you like me to roll for my signal?
I would like you to roll for your signal.
Tell me, you. That sounds like you have a smile on your face, or maybe some sort of smirk?
I am very much looking forward to this because of what I just rolled.
Mating call. Oh,
I really hope it's
the
a
native Annalisa.
What are you
If
imitating?
ever I wanted to roll a nat 20, it's now. That's not terrible.
You do have 3 inspiration as well.
It's not terrible.
That's not good.
No, it's a good. You know, I'm sorry, it's not a 34, Chelsea. Some of us have negatives to things.
Imagine.
So what are you mimicking?
I think I would try and mimic, like, I think a moose, maybe? Yeah, let's go with, like, a moose. Like, a moose variant. Moose adjacent.
Oh no.
A moose once bit my sister.
So, you let out your best impression of a moose call. It's quite loud.
Yeah.
The other two of you can hear this. You know this is Annalisa, because the moose call has an accent.
It's a German moose, okay? Animals do actually.
Animals do have
regional accents.
Yes, animals do have accents. It's just moose don't usually have a German accent.
That's crazy. I think they do.
And you can see a bunch of the guards go, like, immediately begin turning their heads around. One of the guards, the guard closest to the edge of the clearing, there to Annalisa, immediately begins, like, walking over and, like, looking into it, and just, like, hand immediately, like, reaching down to sword hilt. This is one of the ones that use magic. They also have their other hand out, like, looks like they're ready to cast magic, and begin kind of, like, stepping towards the edge of the clearing. As they do so, the one cooking food with complete confidence speaks up. What are you all spooked for? Guard close to you. You didn't hear that? I was like, of course I did. It was a moose.
Oh no. He rolled a nat 1.
Total of 1.
Oh my god.
has a
I just need
penalty
the fucker
to
away
this
from
check,
the
and I
pot.
rolled a natural 2. You can see the one on the edge just like... Are you sure? It really sounds like a moose to me. I'm sure. Alright? I grew up around moose. I've done lots of traveling, been in these forests many times.
So many
That's a
mooses.
moose. You see a bunch of the other guards like kind of relaxing, and like they begin like joshing and just like, you're spooked out by a moose, things like that. And the only one who seems to be a bit suspicious
Mullen?
about the moose, guards out of the guards, is the one that was looking to investigate you because
You're
it
just
tied
really good.
with your performance check, and has been convinced otherwise. Now, Ainara, you can see quite clearly, Mullen, upon hearing the German accented moose sound, has put their hand up to their face, started rubbing their face, started rubbing their temples.
Mm-hmm.
And while it had a quick look to see what the guards are doing, and then is like looking into the forest, like before they were trying to do it casually, now it looks like they are looking for something. Don't notice you though.
Okay. Maybe this is a waiting game, and I just wait for him to move away from the stupid pot, that stupid man.
So,
Oh, sorry, yeah, true, that totally didn't work with your goal.
No! This stupid fucker. She's like, it's just a moose. God, Emily's just too good at what she does.
oh god.
It was to this guy, that was the most convincing moose sound you could have possibly made.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
God
we should
damn
make
it.
wolf sounds so they want to try and scare him. I don't know, man.
Oh, no.
I just need him to move.
You've just reminded me, this was, I think, in high school. We were out in the ovals, a group of us, and one of the girls with the group was sitting there and talking. We were talking about like farmland and things, and probably about I want to say a couple of 100 meters away, it's a herd of cattle, a bunch of cows, and they were occasionally making noise and like mooing. And we'd been out there for a while, so we heard them. And then I don't actually remember who did this. It may have been me. May have been somebody else. But someone just did mimic a cow moo. But they didn't go like moo. Like they did the cow moo sound. That's okay.
Yeah.
And I'm saying the reason I don't remember if it was me or not is because of what happened afterwards. These are 100 meters away, right? They like it is like you hear like an echo of the moo at this distance. And the girl in our group, one of the girls in our group, just like kind of just like jumps for a bit and then goes, "Oh, those cows are pretty loud."
Damn.
Like,
She really rolled on that one.
no, but like the moo was from the opposite direction, from somebody next to her, and it was an okay attempt in mimicking a cow. It was very funny. But yes, it was very much like this situation where it was like absolutely certain that not only was that a cow making that sound, it was those cows all the way over there, not the person standing less than a meter away behind her.
That is quite funny.
Yes.
Maybe we need to get Malon's help.
Oh god. Okay. So, seeing that Molan is looking around and knowing that this attempt is kind of failing.
Can always try again.
Yeah, Einari will like whisper into the ring, just like, "Are we trying again, or do you want me to get Molan's attention?"
We may need his help. I really need him away from the pot.
All right. As Molan is looking towards, looks towards where, like, eyes hovering over where Edric is, Edric will, use like draconic eyes, just briefly. Just
You trying to reveal yourself?
subtly to Molan.
The guards seem preoccupied with just stirring shit at the moment.
Yeah, so it'll just be
Like
sort of
like they're still like on guard, but they don't seem to be paying attention over this or what Molan's doing.
yeah. So it'd be
Okay.
kind of yeah. So Molan be sort of looking over the forest and have like two sort of blue, like gas fire blue eyes, like looking back at him, and just a hand, like sort of beckoning him into the forest.
You see, Molan kind of just stopped. Just, oh, for fuck! I'm going to take a piss. Turns and begins walking into the forest. Kind of in your direction. You can see like one of the guys just like, don't be long. Steps in, walks past where you were standing. And as he walks past you, you're just like, what the hell was that?
Not my plan, but you want to try.
You knew I was here, yes?
One of our group has some poison to put people to sleep. They wanted to try that before relying on your magical device.
Why wouldn't we do the magical device first, and then if that doesn't work, then do the poisoning?
Like that would make them suspicious.
Honestly, ask them. I was outvoted to the one here.
Were you not explained to what this device would do?
Not especially well. Only that
If I activate the device, I will be able to convince them the delivery has been done. And we can simply return with an empty carriage. I'll have to stay out here for a few nights, but the handoff will have been made. Your job is to get that carriage out of here.
Sort of like having the ring active so that like the just like and just kind of sort of repeating just like, oh, okay, so it's a mind altering thing. They know mind altering device. They think everything's done and we just walk off with the carriage and
They're
they
going
don't
to
know.
be stuck in a loop for the next few days.
Stuck in a loop for a few days. Okay. Yep, you further convinced me that the poison should be Plan B, not Plan A.
If you do the poison, they know something's up.
Mm-hmm.
Look.
Yep.
Terminal deliveries are done fairly regularly. Once it gets out a bit further out of Castelor, things aren't quite kept or looked after so well. So no one at that end is going to even know that this was missed.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone that does is going to be dealt with.
Yep.
I'm more than happy for you all to step in and do that if my device doesn't work.
Okay. Not a problem. And just speaking to him. You two get that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Right.
I just needed to know that you're here. So I can start
Well, there we are.
Alright, good. Now piss off, I need to pee.
He really did need to piss.
Mm-hmm. And yep, Aonari will kind of bleed into the shadows.
Waits, like, not even 3 seconds and starts unzipping. Like, does not give you time to actually, like, get away, and is just turning and is just peeing.
Yep, Aonari just thinking to themselves, just like, well, and people say hunters have no decorum.
After probably about 3 or so minutes, Mullen heads back into the clearing. Double checks the horses. You watch him walk over towards the fire. They seem like discussing a couple of things with the different guards. Walks over to the carriage itself. Begins you see him checking like reins, checking where the horses would be hooked up. Like very regular things. He hops up towards where the coachman would normally be. You see him lift up a different thing. It's where he would store it, like a bunch of like his own like personal effects, things he might need to bring along. You can all see him pull out. It's probably well, I guess not all of you, because I don't know if has Annalisa approached, or is Annalisa still at moose call distance?
Annalisa would still be at moose call distance.
Okay. So
she needs to be prepared if she needs to perform again.
Okay. Just me.
Yeah, she's doing those threat exercises.
Voice warm-ups, yeah. Pulls out a metallic sort of device. You can see it's a bunch of like metal framing around a star-shaped gem of some kind. In the center of it is glowing just a gentle light blue. Pulls it out, walks over to the sorry, it doesn't walk over it, like pops down underneath where the carriage is being walking. You see him kind of like get down and like grumble for a bit. You see him crawl forward, reach up underneath the carriage, reach up, fiddle with something, get back up, hold the star-shaped thing and press it. And instantly all of the guards just slump.
Just like
Okay.
Alright, what are you waiting for?
Yep, Aonari will head out.
This is too easy. Out of character. Something's about to fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
You see Mullen heads over towards the 2 draft horses, begins like unhooking them and stuff, walking them back over to the carriage and begins hooking them back up to the carriage.
Can we look in the carriage?
There would have to be at least air holes, right?
No, there are not. For this, no, there would not be.
There's literally no way to see if she's even in there.
How far away do you reckon I'd be, Callum?
Not that far. You could get here in, like, I don't know, 20, 30 seconds.
How far is not that far? Am I within twilight distance?
No.
I wish to get within twilight distance.
That would be standing inside the edge of the clearing.
Yeah. I think basically
This is right. The carriage itself is roughly in the middle, which is about 100 feet in.
Annalisa would like to. So she'd like to maybe climb one of the trees at the edge of the clearing and kind of like sit in a good spot watching the carriage with Twilight.
Okay, sure.
And just is there like I'm in position. I can see the carriage.
Mullen, as they're finishing setting up, is Ilza approaching? Or is she still staying in the... What's
I mean,
Ilza
we're
doing?
getting this out of here, right? This carriage? That's the plan?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna wait in the trees.
Okay. Ainari, as you get approached, just... Mullen's just looking around. Just, is it just you two? I assume it's both of Ainari.
It's just
we will be
you two.
We will be taking the carriage. The others are
Oh, there are
nearby.
others.
Nearby.
Good. Thought it weird that Miss Taliesin would entrust this to just 2 people. Now, just as a heads up, this carriage comes with an anti-magic field. It's located at the bottom. Twisted clockwise to turn it on, twisted counterclockwise to turn it off. It's currently turned off. Which you could probably tell, and then gestures towards you, by the fact that your spell is still working, and the fact that holds up the device. This is also still working.
Right, so we probably want to turn it back on once we're clear of this place. Got it.
You don't have to do that. I'm just letting you know.
Very
The
informative.
prisoner
Thank you.
hasn't made a peep the entire time they've been in there. Well, no attempts at using magic, but from what I've been told, they are no longer capable of using any of those kind of abilities. They're not capable of much.
Well, considering who they were working with, we will still maintain some caution, but
That's
you.
up to you. Once you get out onto the road, just start heading back towards the city. You do not have to, obviously do not have to bring it all the way back. Do what you want with it. Just head in that direction. Then that way people know it's time to bring in the decoy.
right. Okay. Let's get a move on then. And Misha will take the because Misha still has like draconic strength in her form, so she just kind of like picks where the draft horse was.
He's already hooked draft horses up to it.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay,
just
so
giving
just
you the 2
drive the
draft
carriage.
horses to use. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Oh, okay. For a second, I thought you said you were taking them off. Okay, my bad.
No, they were already taken off. It was
Alrighty.
already unhooking things and setting off the night.
All right. In that case, Ainari will grab the reins. We'll have yeah, Misha's body on the reins. Edric's kind of standing on the roof of the carriage, just to sort of keep a good view of everything around it. Make sure we're not running over any guards as we go off.
Mullen does also like stuff. Oh, once you're finished with the carriage and you're finished with the horses, just leave them. Sorry, don't just leave them. Unhook the horses from the carriage, and just kind of like does a quick show of how to do it. Then the carriage itself, we will deal with it later. If you want to deal with it yourself, you are welcome to, but it is made out of a lot of metal, and that's hard to get rid of. Much easier to just bring it back into the city.
Much obliged. Okay.
Now, please leave. I've got a very boring job to do for a few days. I'm going to babysit a bunch of barely conscious beings.
I mean, that one thought it was a moose. I'm not sure he was conscious before you activated that.
You might be right. Bye.
Yep, Ainari will nod, and we'll head off.
Alright. So again, taking the draft balls and stuff, using Molins, like going around moving the guards and stuff, moving them around the kind of like around the fire and things. Begins going like while you're like going around, you can see Molins like pulling out like tent things and like obviously planning to actually like set this up properly as like a camp. The other two of you following?
Yep.
Alright. Heading back out. Doesn't take you long to get back out into the main road. Are you going to leave your horses where they are for now?
Yeah.
Why? Wait, why do you want to leave the horses?
You have your 4 horses, and you have the
Yeah.
draft horses in the carriage.
Because we can just lead rein them, it's fine.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I can take
Okay.
one horse, and Elisa can take the other, and we just lead them.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Done that before, it's not actually that hard if you've got good behaved horses.
Well, one of them's not, but you're riding it, so...
Yeah, and he's my best friend, and I'll give him lots of sugar.
Okay.
That horse is gonna get diabetes. Can horses get
Yeah,
diabetes? Is
They
that a thing?
can.
Yes, they can.
Add a horse with diabetes.
Most animals
You
can.
notice, especially when you see lots of, specifically wasps. If your horse pees and wasps go up to it, you're like, well, that horse is getting diabetes. Anyway, sorry. Weird facts.
Alright.
Because it's sweet. So, like, bees and stuff will go up to it as well.
Alright. So,
Anyway.
back out onto the main road. It is... there was passage of people. It is that time of night now. There's not passage of people. People are settling down for the evening. Very, very few people would be travelling along. And even if there were people that did, they're not going to make any trouble for you.
Yeah, cool. We're gonna have to get somewhere off the road so we can see if she's even in here.
Yeah, you can do that. It wouldn't take you very long. Probably travel... Well, how far do you want to travel? How far away do you want to ditch it?
No, we don't need to go that far, surely.
Well, they're at the moment they're going to be stuck in that clearing for a while, but we do want to be.
The only
well
thing
out
that
of
you were
earshot.
requested to do was to go back towards the city. Just don't go the
Yeah.
other direction.
Yeah, we have to go towards the city, and then probably turn off the road at some point closer.
Yeah, I don't think we have to go further than like 30 minutes. If that.
That sounds fine.
So, I will say, with the passive perceptions, at least Ainari and Aliza, you two realize that as you're coming back out onto this main road, there is someone on the other side of the pathway, just inside of the forest, who is watching you. And as soon as they see you come out, they wait, see the direction that you're going, and you can see them immediately turn and walk off.
Primeval! Primeval!
You could see them. They did appear to be human.
Primeval.
Shit.
Do you want to use primeval awareness?
Yes.
Okay.
God.
How many miles?
Let's go with.
Well, this person's like right here.
Yeah,
They are like less than 100 feet away.
yeah. I think we're gonna go for 1 mile, just so
1
we don't
mile?
get any interference. Yeah.
Sure. No to everything.
Okay, they could just be a regular evil person.
Or they can't be detected.
That's true. They can't be detected.
You
Yeah.
were just told by Mollen that there was somebody waiting to see what direction the car
where we were
went.
going. Yeah.
Right.
You were told there was someone watching to see which way it went so that they could go get the fake and bring it.
Just also don't trust anything that he says.
But it's Mollen!
I don't care.
It's
I don't trust
Roland
him.
Mullen. How can you not trust him? He's Roland Mollen.
Suspicious. Cool. Well, let's go like what, 30 minutes?
Like 30 minutes, yeah?
Sure.
Maybe sounds good.
And make sure
Hi,
we're not being
Roland.
followed.
So probably
Please.
about 30 minutes back, you see there is a part off to the side that you can fit the entire carriage off of. Like you saw it before when you were walking past. It was like one of the places you were checking for tracks previously, and you saw nothing weird. You also thought it was like, this one would be a little bit early for where they would have stopped, so it's probably a bit further. Now you're using it instead. But if you want to see for people coming after you, make a perception check.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Einari, you are currently being the coach.
Ah.
You are preoccupied.
Oh, one body
And
is.
a laser.
And laser.
I would say you are using both of your mental faculties because you're not
Okay,
somebody
to drive.
trained to be
Yeah.
a coachman.
Okay, fair enough.
So like it's enough that Edric's not going to be like you aren't going to get caught by surprise or anything, but that it is more like you need to be like this is requiring quite a lot of focus to make sure that they're going the way you want to go, things like that.
Meh.
Okay.
Get worse than a laser. So.
And as you look around, don't see anything else weird going on. No one seems to be paying attention to you. Like you probably come past like one person traveling on a horse who just, without paying any attention to you, hood up, just trots past, heading towards Castelor.
I checked them.
Sure, you can make an insight check if you'd like.
Yeah, why not? I think Chelsea will come to my house and murder me if I don't.
Heh no. I will not. Probably.
Oof.
Damn.
I'm not proficient, so
Very
no
hard to
temporal-
tell. Very hard to tell anything extra about them. You don't really pay that much mind to them. They seem to pay literally none to you. Not much more about them that you can gather.
Cool. Let's pull
Pull
over
the
and murder
carriage.
this bitch.
Off the road. Like you pull it off for a bit. The clearing for this one's a lot closer to the actual main road, and it's a bit smaller as well. It's probably only about 60 feet. Like it's enough where like if you're standing, like you can almost see from this clearing to the main road. Please, you pull it in, drop, kind of like stop the carriage roughly in the middle of the clearing. What are you all doing?
Let's open it up, guys.
Okay, just
I'm
before
gonna
we do that-
activate my bracelet. Really quick. That's all I do.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Push your glass, it clicks. You see it begin to shine golden as it whirs to life.
Yep.
You begin to
And-
glow brightly.
Yep. And we'll throw in one of these just to make sure there's nothing in the immediate area around the carriage.
You do not see anything.
Okay.
Or sense anything. I assume
Okay.
Ilza and Annalisa, like, you've tied the horses and stuff up as well.
Yeah. Yes.
Easy.
Let's get
Okay.
ready to open up to an empty carriage, guys.
Might be worth coating a little bit of that poison on whatever blade you're gonna do, just to make things a little easier.
ingest.
Yeah.
It's an ingest
Are we-
poison.
Torpor is an ingest.
Callum, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Have I previously done primeval awareness around? I think I have.
Korah multiple times.
Korah.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure she pinged.
You have
did she
always
ping-
picked up a bunch of different things.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's hard to tell. The fact that I'm picking up nothing probably leads me to believe maybe she's. Because again, nothing's this easy. Haha.
No.
Oh well.
I literally got handed this on a silver
I've
platter. Like,
got Twilight in hand.
You guys were more than capable of fucking this up.
I don't know, man. This is too easy. Nothing
could've
ever
just-
goes our way for this long.
You could have stepped into the clearing. You could have stepped into the clearing after the alarm spell was disabled, because that would have turned off your Pass Without Trace. Anti-magic field was on.
It's gone too well. Okay, it's gone too well.
I am.
Could have rolled an
training-
abysmal moose call.
I mean, to be fair, she kind of did.
That was not abysmal.
11 is not abysmal.
I mean,
11 is
yeah,
slightly better than the
I
average
guess it's
person.
mid. It's mid.
Shut up,
Let me-
Rogue, with your fucking skill checks. This is good for me.
It's slightly
Hey,
better than the average.
It would be
moose.
fine for you too if you're proficient, Mr. Reliable talent but time based.
Yeah, performance is not one of the things I'm proficient in. Okay. Moment of truth.
Open the door. Weapons at the ready.
Okay,
They
so
should see
all of
how
you
in
are
there.
like around the entrance to it.
No,
Yep.
I'm gonna
Whoa.
be back.
Okay, then be specific. How far back?
Okay, I will be 60 feet back.
60
Slightly
feet back.
off
You are
center.
in the trees, like 30
I'll
feet
be-
into the trees,
I will be
Hey.
at the edge of the trees.
30 feet away.
Yep.
I wanted
Slightly
to
off
be.
center. Weapons at the ready.
I wanted to be back in my spot that I was in the trees, with Twilight trained on the carriage.
You're in a totally different clearing. So what do you mean by that spot? Like you're trying to find a spot similar to that.
Must have missed that. My bad.
What?
No,
You went-
no, no.
I drove
you-
30
you
minutes
gra-
away. What do
You
you
drove
mean?
for 30 minutes down the road back
I
towards the
thought-
city.
I thought we came back. I thought we did that and then we came back for some reason.
Grandma.
Stuff got
No.
messed up in my head.
No,
That's
my
okay.
God.
I am. You know what? I will be close towards the carriage too. I'm assuming Inari gonna open it up, or
Someone's got to open it. Who's opening it?
Yep, we'll have.
Inari can open it up.
The tank.
I'll split Twilight into Dusk and Dawn now, and I'll basically as like Inari will be like opening it up one end, and like basically in the process of that, I imagine like checking one corner on the other side of the door and checking the other corner.
Okay. So the way that the doors for this thing work, there's a massive, like, heavy bolt that is, like, latching the whole thing together. And then there's another bolt the other direction. So you have to slide one bolt, like, you have to pull the handle up, slide it to the side, pull the other one up, slide it to the side, and then it opens up at the center. You get the feeling these doors are quite thick, quite heavy.
Yep.
Alrighty. Yeah, we'll have Misha's body opening it. Edric's body will have the two scimitars out. Kind of. Do I want it to be? Where do I want him to be? Yeah, we'll have him kind of off to the side. Alrighty. Anyway, Misha's body opening the doors.
Sure. Okay. Misha grabs one of the latches, thunk, slips aside, picks up the second latch, thunk, puts it to the side, and kind of like grabs the handles at the bottom, begins pulling at them. And even Misha, like quite strong, like this is slow moving. That's a lot of you get the feeling that a lot of the like weight and stuff that's being put down onto these wheels are coming from the doors and like the walls to this specific point. The rest of it seems to be a lot lighter. Takes her a moment, begins pulling. And as she does so, she gets to like a point where it's like a little bit of resistance, and then the doors, like, she manages to pull as the doors swing themselves open. What greets you? Well, the first thing that greets you, and Misha's feet, as well as splattering her lower legs, is blood. A lot of blood.
Ah.
And Mullen's in there, dead.
The doors are open. The inside of this is painted red. It is... The smell of blood has been... You guys can smell blood before. This is strong. It is just exposed. It's a decently sized carriage. The wall stuff are painted with bits and pieces of the internals of a body. There is, however, still at least a portion of a body still remaining. In a completely spread-eagled position, the arms and legs of this body have almost like the flesh of it has almost been like pulled off of it and then like attached to the corners of the carriage that's been travelled in. The body itself has been completely skinned. A lot of the mass inside has been torn out and thrown and splattered everywhere. There are wounds everywhere. The eyes themselves are bloodied and hollowed sockets. The jaw hangs loose, missing many teeth. There's some little bits of hair left.
That hair silver or black?
It's black.
Black
hair.
What little of it's left.
What kind of body is it? Feminine, masculine?
There's not much mass left. It's mostly just a bit of sinew, some muscle, and bone. This body has been mutilated.
Korah.
As it is like unnatural how the arms and legs have been stretched to touch the corners. It is almost like it is adhered to those corners.
Ew.
As somebody has grabbed the flesh and stretched it and stuck it to those corners somehow.
Oh, she's doing a
it's a full X.
It's
a full X shape. That's what I meant by spread eagle. They're completely upright. Sorry, I should mention.
Okay.
I would say at first glance, this, as far as you can tell, this does look like Korah's body.
God damn. Fuck do we deal with forensics and this guy in this type of setting?
That's where we're going to leave it for this week.
Oh, okay.
Oh, come on.
Alright, I will allow a medicine check from all of you. See if you can identify the body. I'll let you all
15.
do this. 15?
Okay.
10.
I'll use the metagame for this. Alright, well that's 16 plus 2.
18? Okay. Annalisa and Ilza? It is too hard to identify this. Like, sure, there's a bit of black hair, but plenty of people have black hair. And it's...
Yep.
There's not much left attached to the body, and unfortunately, the two of you do not have much of a study on Korah's innards.
That's crazy.
Einari, this is definitely Korah.
Oh, okay.
Based on the bone structure that you can see, based on like some of the bits and pieces that are left, based on the skull's like shape and like how the hair is attached, how long it was compared to like you last saw it. It's the right shade, although caked in blood. You see other pieces of like the hair and other things that have been like spread out around the stuff. You see bits and pieces of like skin. They all seem to match up.
Oh, that's nasty.
And that is where we're leaving this week's session.
God damn.
That sucks.
Oh.
I mean, it's either I consider I've got two possibilities in my head. One, this was always like intended to happen. Maybe Mina did something and she was already dead and the guards just didn't know because of some magic bullshit. Or two, the only other person I know who was interested in her dying was Anna.
True.
And
Oh, she
considering
body
how
jumped.
fucked up the corpse looks, it's going to be someone pretty fucked up to have done this.
It could also have been whatever demon she made a deal with. It's just like, well, you fucked up your end of the bargain.
That
Or-
is true.
It's her body, but it's not her.
That's also possible. There could be some necromantic bullshit.
Body jumping. You know.
We'll have to figure,
Who
we'll have to
knows?
figure that out.
You'll have to figure it
Yeah.
out.
Oh.
Ooh.
None of the people I would normally raid are currently on. So I think we'll just end the stream there. Thank you very much to those who did
Okay.
tune in. Thank you very much to you guys for coming this week and playing. And next week, you get to solve a murder
Mm-hmm.
for a person you wanted to do the murdering of.
No, I think we just leave it.
Just
You know what? You're just like, yeah, they've done us a favor.
Kind of, yeah.